you'll just start, and it's in the place.
We're hot, Jared. We're hot. Mike is hot.
We're hot. It's cool. Well, hello everyone for coming by, joining us. Oop. Oh, we can hear ourselves being hot everywhere else. That's a good sign. All right. Hey, look, we got a couple beautiful faces right now. We have Brian. We have Nathan on the pipe, the literal,
the condemned pipe,
and then Mr. Mark Jessup. So, welcome everyone coming in. I see we have Damien the Bolt, GD Spectra. We have Nep, Mitch Former, Pinbender, DX from YouTube. Thanks for coming by. Wow, hello everybody. Yes, Mutual 6. It's good to see you too. So if you see these guys aren't saying anything, it's because I'm hidden away back behind everyone over here in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, that's on.
It's on.
It's on, right, Jared?
Yes, it's all on.
Oh, you're able to control that remotely. I had no idea.
Yeah,
I thought we'd have to hit the mute button.
No, I'm doing it all back here.
Man.
So hello, Mean and Porcelain Doll. So these are the lovely, most incredibly intelligent people who, once again, let's just start having them say hi. And Brian, what do you do?
Hello, Nate, Grigg. It's been a while. Oh, I'm Brian, the director of audio here. Pretty much kind of run the audio group here, and also do stuff.
You do what you do.
Yeah, he makes the noise. I make the music, and sometimes those things kind of blend.
That's a
which
beautiful.
We'll probably talk a little bit about. Yeah,
that's a beautiful. He makes the noise. You make the music.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
And Mark is going to be the pseudo host right now because I have a bit of a sore throat today, so that's about all I'm going to be talking. And now I'm going to hand it over to you, Mark. You get to be all beautiful and sound charismatic.
Oh, wonderful. Well, hello, everybody. You'll notice, Nathan, did you introduce yourself? You said you make you make the music, he makes the noise. That's fair enough.
Yeah, it was a very brief introduction.
It's fair. A man that needs no further introduction.
I'm Nathan Grigg. I write the music for all Monolith's titles and direct and implement as well.
Yeah, and actually a lot of folks here have seen you on our other streams, so it's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do you have in your hand there, friend?
This is one of the weapons of...
Just carries that around.
Yeah. And it was just waiting for me on the couch when I got here. Just as a celebratory, token of goodwill from our good folks here at Community. So,
yes.
Yeah.
You know what this is actually? This is from Eric Kohlert. This is the actual one of the actual pipes that he used.
The concepts?
The story is he went down to like Lowe's and he buys these pipe things and he assembles them just to make the most menacing looking pipe apparatus that he can, and then he apparently just handed those to the 3D artists and like, here, just make this. Now that's a concept artist.
That's awesome.
That's working in multiple mediums, folks.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, is
2D,
that blood
3D.
right there too?
It probably is. It was Kohler's. Just the really alarming thing is he didn't have to dig for this. This was on his shelf.
Well,
right.
we tested it on people first just to make sure we really get the feeling.
Now,
down.
do you guys know where the one that I believe was made for us by the publishers?
Yeah, by Sega.
Yeah.
So Eric didn't have one of those.
Okay, because that ddid have blood, fake blood on it. It was really quite something.
Yeah, it was really quite something. I'll hold it if you don't want. No, you hold it. You hold it. Yeah. Because the thing is, it's got a meaty sound to it, man. That thing's for real. So, all right. So, you know what we're doing is we're starting the game where we've just gotten through the crime scene, the initial thing, the matchmaker. We know he's around, so we're stalking through. So, we're going to kind of jump you into a pretty spooky point right off the bat. This you guys would probably remember.
Bert's department store. It's actually, if you just guys hit B and back out, I just saved it at the very beginning of Bert's.
B?
Yeah, hit B one more time.
B for back.
Oh, you're there.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you guys remember this?
Oh, yes.
Not going to let this drop.
Look at that phone.
Must continue with your investigation.
We agree, Nazio. Spooky games are the best games.
Do you understand?
I remember this because right after this, this door.
No.
Didn't you come through this?
What do you want from me, Malcolm? What's going on? Going on.
Oh, yeah,
you are
there's
being investigated by the FBI
concept
for the murder of 2 police officers. That's what's going on.
Remember when I made that Christmas music loop and then you just mangled the hell out of it? That was good. That was good times.
That Christmas loop actually comes up later on.
This is perfect setting for this. God, look at those great mannequins. This game, I have to say, graphically, still really holds up too.
Look at this.
That ain't bad.
That looks like my kitchen floor, only just a little bit dirtier.
So you know,
Sadly,
like
I can
all
only
the
say a little bit, but yeah.
Naslo. I'm sorry. I apologize. Naslo. We've gone over this already.
This is the time where in this game that we hired a location scout to let the world artists. So the story is that we hired a location scout, and we went to all these places that had all this kind of similar, look of Condemned, and I was able to go with them as well. And not only those guys were like taking pictures for just like source and stuff, but I was able to kind of go around with the recorder and just get tons of sounds and have those guys run around and bang on stuff. Yeah.
We shared already on social about the bird skeletons.
Yes.
Going around stalking through an empty warehouse, crunching just the right bird skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
How did you do that? Did you just have somebody step and somebody hold the mic?
So the deal is, it was a Seattle steam plant.
Oh, cool.
When you go up to it was like this. It was funny because I was like, oh, there's an actual bird. So what happens is we went to the steam plant, and there was tons of birds up there that looked like they just kind of just laid down and just said, I'm done. And that's it. So all their feathers, everything just went away, and there's these perfect like rib cage of birds and just this bone skeleton. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we need to record this.
Right.
So I remember it was like, all right, I'm going to step on this, and a lot of the guys were like, oh, you shouldn't step on that. There's going to be some bad voodoo.
Bad voodoo.
Yeah. And then Jeff Kamer, one of the older artists, went up and he came up the stairs and he bumped it and stepped on it and was like, the voodoo's on you. And we were all over it like, all right, let's record it.
I love that.
So it's actual real like that. You heard it there.
That is actually literally something somebody's kind of crunching.
Somebody
his foot
crunched
on
on.
the bird.
Everybody hear that? Because then the Xbox achievement just like stepped on that. I assume when you stepped on the bird, it didn't go bleep.
It's very important that everyone knows that we got the achievement. You can grab a mannequin arm off of those guys.
Yeah,
get up close.
and beat people with it.
Right, which is you're gonna need that.
You're gonna need that real soon.
Look at that. Mannequin arm.
But if you hit them with the arm and you knock off their head, it's very effective because then you know they're. There you go. Then you can tell what they aren't, and that's setting
What's
up.
the flashlight? What's
B.
the?
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
DX
It's been a long time, guys. It's been a
we'll get to.
time.
Well, this is the you will start to. Don't be afraid, Brian. You got to go boldly into the night.
I know these guys will say something to you as well.
We'll wait and see. So, do you know where you're going? What do we can we give?
Go up
can give
the.
hints.
Little hints here.
Yeah, actually, one of my favorite parts is coming up just in a moment. Just go to your right.
I know one of these comes. Something comes.
Yeah. But you gotta walk around to the other side.
Where is the glass man? Coming?
Side.
I don't know about
500 points.
That's where you came. I think you meant some.
You know who
meant
the glass man was?
Around to the left after this. Yeah, there you go.
You know
where the wreath is. So follow the wreath and keep going.
The glass man was apparently modeled after FMA.
Brian, behind you.
What?
Look at.
Oh! This creepy
you.
ass mannequin. Look at that. That's also Eric City.
There's also a
model.
message for you on the escalator if you look to your left.
Glass man.
He does kind of walk a little bit like a.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
So you walked past it, and that crunching was them throwing that body down with the sign.
That's it's a text. Oh yeah. Here we go. Here we go.
Good opportunity to talk about the sounds now.
Oh yeah. Yes, and then they should pick your poison.
Ram.
We're gonna ram.
Yeah, there's more than just one mannequin to worry about. That is
I forgot
correct.
you would do those. Those are so satisfying.
Yeah.
In a really, really wrong way.
So now you are exploring. So Jared, some gameplay tips. You were the last person to play on this.
All right, gameplay tips. Walk is really helpful. That'll be left trigger.
like
Yes.
helping Brian get through this.
Yeah.
There's a bad guy right there.
I wanted to say DX had a funny comment earlier. He was saying like, is it possible that this
I'll
game is
join the
called
camera.
Condemned because literally all the buildings in it are condemned,
Just literally
structurally
condemned.
condemned. I think that's a really good point.
So this is a real. I remember this. This is like my Excedrin bottle. You can use the health. I remember it was just.
Yeah, I think you're full health, man. So I don't think you need any more.
Yeah, that's too bad. You needed somebody.
Hey, Naslo.
You don't need your
grab this
center.
pipe.
I'm a fan of the clothes rack. I think that's a good one.
What was the original use for the Glass Man? 500 points asking. There's a ton of early promo art for Condemned featuring the Glass Man. Was that anything that you guys know about? Messed up.
I'll go through the door.
Yeah, go through the door with the brick. Strafe left attack for quick and powerful blows.
So I think there's a girl that runs around in here.
Oh, I haven't met her yet. I
I
was
see her over there.
This is where you start hearing some of the awesome music. If you look over the edge, you can see the Christmas tree.
We'll start hearing the music.
Oh, it says, GD Spectre says, I know if you ram a guy when he's right in front of the wall, the
There.
baddie will glitch into the wall.
That's what we all desire.
Let's just make
See,
the
this-
game look
this-
as glitchy as possible.
Yeah, normally during our live streams, we like to avoid running into those.
I do love just the decadent holiday cheers just run down.
I think my favorite parts is when our mannequin friends start. Oh, actually, look to your left, and you'll see what I mean. Just keep looking. There
Oh
you
yeah,
go.
God! All right, here's a fun story. You guys might have been
It's
in
the
the
guy
room.
with the Christmas hat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got that as another piece. Oh, by the way, we are going to be giving away some signed concept art that some of you may have seen on our social channel. Eric Kohler will sign it. You may never see Eric, but he will sign the art. So, FMA was telling a story about this level. Oh God, where as I said, you guys might have been in the room for this, but where they were testing the level and going through it. They being the dev team. And nobody knew the mannequins were going to move,
Oh.
except for the one person who was testing the level. And he was saying, this is a room of like 30 people in the middle of a workday, and they're doing this. And when this first reveal of this horrific mannequin starts moving around, everybody in the room is like, yeah!
They'd actually mentioned that they thought there were some bugs. That
Yeah,
they were like,
yes, that's
they're
right.
like, is this supposed to happen? The guy apparently just kind of like smirked.
Yeah, that's right. And I was saying, like, they first caught the mannequins moving a little bit. People on the team are like, wait, is that a bug? Are those guys supposed to be moving?
This one you really feel. Did you feel that?
Yes.
Oh my god. You can open these up.
This is where I get my fun facts.
Oh, there's the kid.
Did you hear that?
From Matt. He said that after every art check-in, after every stage, that you guys would do a rumble shake pass to make sure that you were still fidelity on the feedback was still really satisfying. And you really do. It does feel
That
like you're
kid helped.
bludgeoning someone.
Right.
So,
There.
actually, one of the things that we can. I have a question for you, Brian. So, this room is where you do some of the investigation stuff. If you walk back towards the front door, what was some of the inspiration for like the sounds of some of these equipment? Like, was this a digital camera? Like, because they beep and they make noises.
So I know I recorded the DV cams,
Uh-huh.
like an old. I think that's when it came out. I think. But it was just like the tape, the beeping, and then I know you could do something with this camera. I thought there was something else you could do.
Yeah,
with it.
if you turn around, you have to look at the handprint that's behind you. There you go. Get nice and close, and then it'll be like, hey, hit X again.
Unmutual 6 has a question that there were rumors
There
that
it is.
Sega had plans for a Condemned SDK many years ago, but nothing came of it. You know if there's any truth to that?
I knew nothing about exposing any of the
Trigger.
SDK.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know nothing about that.
Yeah, Brian, it'll be
But
trigger
again,
when all the arrows light up
yeah.
and the lines light up.
That's not what I do.
Right.
There you go.
Damn.
Where did you hear that rumor, Unmutual? Was that
Image received.
way back in the day? Or was that
Right-handed
fan
print
site?
missing the right index finger. This matches what we got from the crime scene. I processed all the prints.
Yeah.
And Thomas,
Maybe
the print
far-fetched.
you got from the tape recorder at the metro station isn't on this hand.
I don't get it. What does that mean?
I'm not sure.
Let's get some
I'm just
story.
saying that the print from the tape recorder wasn't made by the same hand.
Could there be more?
Yeah, these
One?
flashbacks. I forgot about these.
And yes, It's some very...
Then you can investigate. Yeah.
Keep investigating.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's always what you want, a black light in all your stuff.
Everything's noticeable with
Yeah.
black light.
right. But there's just really not that much in an abandoned store to worry about, I guess. So did when you guys did all the voice for this, how long was that to record everything?
The voices on these guys?
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like the actors and stuff?
Yeah.
You know, I can't remember.
Probably not as long as Shadow of War.
No. Definitely.
It's each one of these
Definitely not.
mannequins don't have a personality and a memory of
Yeah,
you.
because these guys aren't chatting in the background.
That would be really cool though if it was. Yeah, they come
Mannequin hierarchy, nemesis hierarchy of mannequins.
back. Right. Exactly.
This is the Santa hat. Is how you know who's the Overlord.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's on the floor is what you're looking for.
One.
To your right. Keep going. If that door opens.
Oh, see, no, that's great. We have some ex-Monolith folks with us, like last time.
Uh-huh.
I see some current Monolith people.
Well, I'm actually. Oh yeah, hi Tracy. But I was seeing Pinbender is answering some questions. That is pretty cool. We've had some folks show up. Remember Nolf? We had some folks show up.
Forgot what you're supposed to do. What do we do here?
What's going on?
In this area, you are looking for splatter on the ground or on a thing. I believe it's on the ground. It might be behind you as well. The good old-fashioned comb. It might also still be on the desk.
Wasn't it on the wall next to the mannequin?
Oh, just above. There it is.
It's Blizniak. See,
Thank
this
you,
is what's
Blizniak.
good about playing with
Thank you.
Helpers.
group. Yeah, we actually get a lot
Thank
of
you,
help
helpers.
from the community on things like this.
Yeah.
That's it.
People who might have played the game more
When you,
recently than us, or just have a better memory.
Yeah.
So when you pull up the camera like that, Brian,
Yep.
and then you press X again, and then now you use the right stick to zoom in or zoom out.
All right.
Okay? You're remembering how to be a CSI investigator. It's
That's
very
right.
difficult. And then and then those arrows will line up, yeah. And then you use the right stick to zoom in or out. Focus.
There you go. And you zoom in right like
Oh.
that. Almost there. Uh-oh. GD Spectra, what was your really creepy dream? Share.
Yeah, of course. So here's a question for the sound guys from Unmutual 6.
Okay.
Were you working on both Condemned and Fear sounds simultaneously?
Give me a sec.
Yes, to a
Droplet
certain
size
extent,
and
yes.
dispersal pattern indicate
In
victims
fact, we
sustained a
released
heavy
3
blow.
games in the
Sight
same
of
year.
blood on
So
wall
we released
indicates
Matrix
it's possibly a
Online, we
head wound.
released Fear, and we released Condemned. All in 2005. Now, that's not to say that we didn't start all those games. We didn't, it's not like we started all those games in 2005 either. Some of them were, were already pretty far along in development, but there was some overlap there. I was primarily focused when I was working on one game at a time. It was, I was doing some overlap work, but I do remember being generally having, pretty heavy focus on one of those titles at any given time. Many months on Matrix Online, followed by many months on Fear, followed by many months on Condemned.
So is it fair to ask if you have a favorite? I know it's like children. It's hard to say.
Well, that's the thing, that they're all the games are favorites for different reasons. So what I can say, generally, I've been invited on to talk about different games at different times, so I can basically just kind of talk to what I thought was most rewarding about each title. Since we've got Condemned on the screen, I would say, it was. I liked two things I liked a lot. I liked sort of the collaborative approach to music and sound design. The fact that it was really blended together as a single discipline in a lot of ways. Really had some chances to really craft a lot of events. Because with these games, the form is linear enough where you can you have some pretty reliable choke points and scenarios and events that you can set up, and sort of to be a collaborator on that, and feeling like kind of how all those sounds blend together. I sort of felt like I was much more involved with the sound design process on these titles than I was previously. So that was what was really cool about it. Got to really experiment around with sound.
That's cool. If there was anything, like if you had a chance to add, is there anything that you would want to add to it, do differently, or?
I would say, one of the things that, because, and particularly Condemned 2 had about 40 minutes of cinematics in it, so a lot of my work went into the narrative sections of it. So
That's the best.
there wasn't wall-to-wall music in the levels, which I wouldn't want anyway. But if I was to say, if I were to go back, and I would probably just want to be able to spend more time in the levels and continue to help craft events and help Brian set moods in those levels. Because if you look at just sort of the ratio of in-game music to cinematics, the cinematics took a bigger chunk in these levels in these games for me than they had in previous titles. It was more focus on that front. That would be the only thing is would just want to do more of a good thing essentially.
Something you said earlier, I think is really interesting, is about wall-to-wall music. You didn't want to have that. I would imagine, as a sound person, one of the challenges is knowing when not to have sound. Basically, let the silence be part of the mood, then build up into some really interesting sound, and just knowing when to.
It's pacing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what I think. Like Condemn. What's interesting is just even because it is a bit linear, we can pace it enough where. Okay, we know that this far has a nice span that we can build the music, build the sound to give you all these kind of scares.
Yeah.
And then there's just nothing that happens, but it's the pacing that I feel like is interesting. That because if you don't have enough pacing and then all of a sudden you get it right into combat, there's no way that.
Right. It's just sort of like relentless.
There's no build up.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. Oh yes. So it's a question for the sound guys.
So, cheap equipment, whether we use cheap equipment in Condemned, well, I mean, particularly by today's standards, because I do remember walking in sometimes into the building to go to my studio room, and Brian would be out there in front of a brick wall throwing random objects against it, and he has headphones on, and he had like a Tascam DAT recorder or something like that, recording in 16-bit or whatever, and I'd look down at the needles, and they'd be clipping, and that was fine because that actually ended up sounding good sometimes. Even digital clipping sounded good on some of the solutions. Just because of how gritty we wanted the sound. So yeah, we did end up using some whatever was at hand. In some cases, it was cool that it wasn't audiophile grade all the time.
Yeah, it wasn't anything too pro, but I think also the fundamentals of Condemn wasn't like high bar as well. I think we liked that, like you said, like stuff clipped. Stuff was dirty, like the files weren't super clean because it just made. Help this game to be a bit more.
I think that a lot of that
gritty.
Yeah. Oh, you want?
Oh no, I'm just like, if you guys want to, because actually it's good. It's like.
Okay. Well, there's a sledgehammer.
That's good.
That's a good thing. So
Brian, go ahead and grab that. You're gonna need that.
You're gonna need that.
The sledgehammer. Okay.
So Brian, you mentioned, speaking about cheap equipment, that one of the original sound booths was a cardboard box. That's high end, people.
Yeah, that probably is as cheap as you can get. But I remember.
Depends on what came in the box. Could be really expensive. I'm just saying.
I think it was just the mic alone, but
Yeah.
That guy's real.
Yeah, but does he have a sled? I do.
Sorry,
the box, but it was all cardboard. I remember it even had like a cardboard roof. It was all fully cardboard, so you couldn't really, get too active. But it was definitely.
Oh wow, he has a nice backswing, doesn't he?
How are the acoustics inside of a cardboard box? I've actually never tried it. So.
Well,
I should try it.
I don't think they're particularly that great, but I think at that time
Yeah.
it definitely was better than what we had. But it was, I mean, that's how raw it was. It's like, all right, let's
Yeah.
cut that box, let's cut it out, let's record you inside this box.
I could sledge
It seems
this
like,
guy.
I mean, being able to have those creative challenges in some ways, like having a budget constraint of some kind, or like you were saying, like in the early
Yeah, it
days,
was
like you
kind-
guys could try stuff because you had to.
Yeah. And I think this game kind of lent to just kind of like coming up with stuff where it's like, you know, all right, maybe we like the way that box sounded because when these mannequins talk,
Yeah.
it sounds like they're behind that, you know,
Yeah.
or something. So I think, and just like when we recorded the weapons, we had a whole slew of a bunch of weapons that we would just record, you know, rebarred,
Time for that
and it was
Excedrin.
like, you know, there was no
I'm ready for
watching
a
some
little
levels
overtime.
because it's like we liked it really raw.
Yeah. I mean, there you were in abandoned warehouses, stepping on bird skeletons,
Yeah.
your boxes.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was good.
So
And just
isn't
going
there-
to these spots.
Isn't there like a restroom with a whole bunch of stalls or something like that I'm supposed to go through? That's not this. These are the
I think
dressing
you're in
rooms.
that.
You're going to be finding a
You get out of
locked
this.
door that you have to hit with the sledgehammer.
I got
And
it.
might be to your right or something. It's like in this area somewhere.
Okay.
It's just one of the, like a door just suddenly you're like, oh yeah, there's a lock. And then you use your
Right.
sledgehammer on it.
Nice.
It's not the most obvious of spots, but it is here.
If I just
What is
crouch.
DVester. I'm sure I just butchered your name and I apologize, but you were asking about Condemned 2 on Steam if it's possible. You know, actually, usually that's up to the publisher. We wouldn't
Am I crouched
be able to
right
just
now?
release a game on Steam.
Okay.
I believe that was Sega, so I don't know. But they would be the people to ask.
So just go ahead and invite your nearby friendly neighborhood Sega person. And,
Yeah. Right?
they'll let you know.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the thing about you're a developer, you create the games,
Mm-hmm.
then your publisher really controls a lot of the business end of things, and so things like re-releases on different platforms and things, it's really kind of in their hands. Something people ask about a lot actually is backwards compatibility of Condemned 2 on Xbox, and I was actually talking to Rice about it, and he was saying that that's mostly on Microsoft's side.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just curious because we get asked a lot about it. You know, what would it take for us to backwards compatible Condemned 2 on Xbox? And really, that's not on our end. That would just be something that Microsoft would want to do.
Is this a locked door?
So I'm not saying talk to Microsoft.
Excellent.
You found it.
To Microsoft.
You know, I remember like some of this Condemned stuff was kind of the early stages of some of the way that we do our sound that we did in Shadow, like combat music, where, well, starting from like when you fight these guys, how these guys are so visceral, where they actually come up to you and they're grunting and they're grunt.
Yeah.
It kind of started from this stuff where that's how we kind of the orcs, where the orcs would come up and they would have a sound of their recoil, their sound of their breath, their death, their
Yeah.
Oh wow, you're mannequined up. Oh, surrounded by mannequins. 45.
Oh, grab 45. Okay.
do the round.
Oh, wait. All right, where's the 45?
I swear it was just there. It is.
All right.
But of course, this is the part I love too.
We have
Oh, I
like
think I
one
think that guy's
bullet.
begging for a coup de grace, isn't he? Yeah, wasn't he? No. All right. Earlier he
Just
was.
on the bench.
So this is the
Just a-
Mark. This might have been what you were about to say about the favorite thing, but if you hold the Y button, then it's like
Investigate.
you check to see how many.
Box thrown at you.
Yeah, someone threw a box at you.
Investigate.
You're very brave. Someone throws something at you and you just ignore them.
I know, he's like, what box?
Shot.
He had a gun?
He
That's
had-
no fun.
They all had guns.
All right, fine.
You are dead.
Hey, restart from
Starting
checkpoint.
Hopefully that's after the door. I don't want to have to sledge the door again.
I think it's after the door. Yeah, it's just after.
All right.
DX. I don't think anyone here would know if Sega had the source code to Condemned 2 PC port and then deleted it for no reason. That sounds like an odd rumor, but you know who we can find out? We can find out from Matt. Probably more information.
Okay. All right, what is
Uh-oh.
block again?
Left trigger.
Yeah, left
Alright.
trigger. Which,
Oh,
yeah.
continue game, please.
Oh, that reloaded your save back to the restart.
No.
It's okay.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, this is the restart point.
Yeah.
GD Spectra. Yeah, I think we could call them hallucinations, but we don't know.
Soul of Spice Woods today. When did we add the goddamn taser?
We have it right now.
I know.
Yeah.
When you ask that, do you mean when in the game did we decide to add it, or?
Man, I'm
you
almost
throw-
dead.
Oh,
Throw
why
it.
did you add the taser? I apologize.
Where
Why did we add
is-
the taser? It's just like a way of,
I think it was to have an actual ranged weapon.
yeah, right?
And it
Because, I mean,
also
like,
sounds, look how cool it is.
it's yeah.
I
That's.
remember
that's
they hated
the
that
best
when we had to record everybody.
Do
we
I
were like,
not
all right,
have any
I need
bullets?
5 versions of you, like,
Oh wow,
So
that's
now it's a pistol.
that's great.
I believe, Nathan, that all the bullets are inside of you physically. So that's why you don't have any in the gun.
That's classic. Okay.
There's gonna be a guy right there.
Oh, there you go. Oh, now you're on. Now you're.
I got a pistol.
Oh, wait.
So the weapon,
gonna
if the
break.
guns break,
That's fine. I don't.
well, they actually, it's pretty
random.
cool. They have physical damage like
Yeah.
on it too.
All right, so I'm just gonna grab the 2x4. Let's just go old school on this.
So, Brian, you're saying the voice talent
I gotta
hated
find
being
that one other guy with
tased?
a gun.
well, because
No one
got
was
a
actually tased, I
shit.
assume.
Maybe. Shotgun. That's pretty good.
it's like, it sounds so realistic. We want it raw.
Right. Yeah, that's old school.
Ram 'em.
I think I'm gonna grab the. Okay, ram. Oops.
Oh wow, yeah.
All right, I gotta grab that pump shotgun.
And hold Y to see how many bullets you have.
All right,
The
I'm
bear
gonna-
scene,
2. All right, excellent.
Mr. Surrealist. Yeah, you know, we will probably do.
That's Condemned 2.
Yeah, Condemned 2. That anniversary is actually March 10th.
What?
Right?
Oh, so we don't get to talk about
you can
Condemned 2.
totally talk about Condemned 2 today, too. Please
Oh.
do, in fact, because I think you've got a starring turn.
Yeah, Condemned 2 is very.
For those at home, he sings. That's the star turn.
Yeah, that's the start.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that's my vocal debut, I think.
That's awesome.
Yeah. As well as just a whole lot of really
Plus the lunch lady was 2.
creatively directed cinematics by Rocky Newton. Just tons of opportunities for hitting particular beats and mood changes, and all that kind of handheld camera stuff was really fun to follow and
And Nathan,
follow. Yeah.
turn around. Go back to the other direction.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a little bit more investigation to do.
Oh, that's right. I that's right. The investigating that I was going to do that I got shot trying to
Right.
do.
I know.
Right.
Very
Now I
rude.
actually have to really do that now.
Yeah. There you go. Following, I think, a blood drag. Yeah.
Yeah, this is.
Multitasking is not my
It
forte.
nerves of steel if you think about being down here doing
Yeah.
this.
All right. So
Crawling
this is-
with.
So I got all this slime. I'm supposed to follow the slime.
You've
being
been slimed.
dragged.
It's PG slime.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
5-year-old resource. Damn video games.
Now I have to
Nothing's
go.
ever easy.
I have to go somewhere else basically
Mm-hmm.
because I'm blocked. Am I gonna need that sledge again?
I don't know.
All right.
But
I got a gun.
actually, I'm not sure if you guys
I mean
can
to
hear
just-
it.
I don't
But this
think
is
I can-
your Christmas music is actually playing.
Oh yes, you can.
What was
It's
the inspiration
ridiculous.
on the Christmas music, Nathan? Was it just.
No, it was really just
Let it
it was
vibes.
it was a very traditional mall sounding Christmas thing that I handed over to Brian, and I just said I'll do an arrangement of public domain Christmas music, and I'll just have Brian mangle the hell out of it. It was fun. It's probably on like analog tape or something like that.
Right somewhere.
That's just all stretched and horrible. It's like.
See all the history that's in this building. Like the pipe that was just casually in Eric's office, and the things that you guys have just accreted over the years.
Mm-hmm.
So much stuff. People will ask sometimes, like, "Oh, do you guys have this or that?" It's like, probably somewhere we do, but you just gotta dig.
Curious where this is actually as far as I've gotten on this level. So at this point, I think it's probably still downstairs because you need to get past a gate.
Man,
I just
I've
taking a
been
guess.
really exploring the hell out of downstairs, but
Right?
I've been here for a while
Cleared
now.
out the mannequins.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get attacked again.
I mean, I think you can make this
Knock
into a
on
condo
wood.
if you really try.
Right.
Like, just really clean it up a little bit, some fresh paint on the walls.
Yeah,
you
I
could
could
live
really
here.
make it a place.
Yeah.
If you lived here, you'd be home by now. If you lived here, you'd be dead by now.
We would be dead
Also
by now.
true.
Yeah,
The reason I called you back this way is because there was one area that you haven't followed yet. So if
Okay.
you just stick to the wall on your left,
Okay.
and just like follow that around, and I think that will walk you into it.
Okay, I think I just got distracted by this revolving door that doesn't actually open or
That
do
doesn't
anything.
actually revolve. There's a
Yeah.
good reason for that.
So now it's known as a wall.
All right, but then if I keep going, then I find this area,
Another gate.
which is a dead end. But then over here, I find more stairs.
Ah,
Okay.
there we go.
Hey,
There you
Jared,
go.
Yo.
do you think it's time to give away a piece of concept art?
Oh, shoot. Yeah, we should show what that looks like too. So I can bring it up real quick on the screen.
That would be
Can't
lovely.
use the bow. I can't.
Nathan, could you press pause for a second?
Yes.
That will help us keep everyone from dying.
Right.
So that'll be a good thing. So we're gonna switch over real quick.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
also, we
showing
have a
off-
good
oh.
trivia question.
Oh,
Exactly.
look, we're at a picturesque lake.
First of all, let's look at
Yeah.
these
That was
beautiful
a great
faces.
background.
Yeah.
Let's have you guys
on the
smile
lake.
and talk about things. Ask questions, those in chat.
Oh yeah, this is a perfect opportunity. Well, Jared
Q&A.
pulls up the- Yeah, here's the real question though. Oh, actually, see look at that. Pinbender says, inside joke, prototype had a line about Frank checking the plenum space, and everybody went, "What's a plenum?"
Line about.
Do you remember that?
Checking the plenum space.
No, I
He
don't.
talked about that.
That would make a great trivia question if we could figure it out.
I was not privy to the plenum lore.
Plenum War.
That's the piece that we're gonna have Eric sign, and we're
That's
gonna give
awesome.
away.
So this beautiful piece. Do you want to do something like first person in chat to say who is the killer or something like that?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
We're
So
easy.
this. Do you want to do the official announcement, Mark?
Oh no, please.
Okay. So it's a person who gets this signed and all that. First person to name who the killer is that set up this scene.
That was a jump ball.
Boom.
Look at that. Bam.
I would have to say Unmutual 6
On Mutual 6.
for the win.
All right. So on Mutual 6, I'm gonna ping you in Twitch real quick because we have a couple ways that we can ping
Oh, a
you.
couple ways, yeah, we can do it.
In the dark,
So,
late
in
at
the
night with
meantime,
headphones.
Naslo asks, what was the thing that scared you the most when playing this game?
I don't know. I remember like the goal of this starting with Condemn was like, all right, we are really going to try to scare people because I think this is back when a lot of the, the Japanese horror movies were coming out and stuff. But I remember going in this thinking, all right, we're going to really try to plant it and just scare people when there's nothing even happening,
Brian.
like set the mood. Oh, basically, I just remember like coming into this game and we were just, it was for me, I was like, all right, I want to scare people. I want to just definitely get something, get that emotion, get that whole like, all right, set the mood, and then just the creaking over there would scare you, when there's nothing happening. But I just remember it was. So what scared me in this game? I don't know, because I was so like, all right, what else can we do? What else can we do? That it was like, get them immersed in it. Mm-hmm. So
This game's so much about the sound, too.
yeah.
I think the visuals, yes, but there's so much of just the empty
Everything
space.
adds to
that
it,
it's- Yeah. There, by the way, that apparently is modeled after FMA. I don't see it quite as much
You
in
can
that
see it
one.
on the
glass
person on the
man.
left. Like I feel like, because he's he looks like that.
Right.
I really see it in the hands.
There is another I think character that is more. It literally looks like Matt.
Oh, yeah, this is some explorations.
This is the lady that Brian killed, who was running away from him.
Yeah.
that's the established character.
One of the things that...
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, Marion, the super big bad. One of the things that Eric had
That.
said to me yesterday was and showed me, and we'll share this art out over social over the next couple months, but that basically a lot of the artists did really spooky visuals. That basically was just like, hey, just do images of things that terrify you.
Yeah.
And it's a really cool collection of stuff. So we'll share that with you guys for sure. But do you do that in sound? Do you ever do like a collage of like spooky ambient, like like a mood board, but for audio?
I'd say 95% of my work actually gets used, so I don't tend to do just concept work. But but there are times when I might be less one-to-one deliberate about making a sound and knowing exactly where it's going to go. Sometimes I might need to just spend some time experimenting and creating, a collection of ambiances and things to sort of play around with that might serve as a bed for other things that come up. And, sometimes we have concept work going on the level design side or the visual side that I can accommodate even on a one-to-one level that ends up sort of being repurposed. Or I find that, I want to use this sound and develop it for this section. So there can be some moments when it isn't so much like we're just reacting to the game, particularly if we're hitting pretty early in the development cycle. Then we have a little bit more time to do those sorts of things and sort of spend some time trying to define aesthetics as well as just accommodating and reacting to what we see.
Interesting. That's cool. Yeah, it must be interesting to be an audio. Oh, this is the bear. So this piece, folks, everybody talking about the terrifying bear scene in Condemned 2. This is another piece of concept art by Eric Kohler, our prolific concept artist. So the story behind this is you can see those spikes in the bear. The story is that Eric put those in. Those are actually shards of wood. Because he's like, the bear comes charging through the wall. It's enraged. It tracks you all around. So I have these shards of wood in it because it's like exploded out. And then apparently
nobody thought that.
Yeah, nobody thought that. Apparently it's like, it looks too demonic. That bear looks too demonic. So he was grousing yesterday. He's like, so they made me take the spikes out. But I think it looks cooler like this.
Yeah.
We can grab the bear scene real quick so that people who haven't really played it can, or if people just want to relive.
Oh yeah, the terrifying bear scene. Nothing but the finest. Nice mic placement.
We see Nathan. Do you want to scoot the mic a little bit to your right?
Oh! Did you see? Let's just say you looked.
I saw that. And I was
maybe
like,
a little
I'm
bit
not
more.
gonna
Well
say
endowed.
anything.
Scoot a little bit farther.
I'm not gonna.
Oh, another mic joke.
Oh, indeed.
That's
Always.
great. Yeah, it's great.
But
Speaking to the
see,
mic.
this is nothing but the best. Oh yeah. So anyways, yeah, it's a concept art. There's gotta look cool stuff here. We're gonna show you guys the bear scene. Has anybody not seen the bear scene here? Mr. Surrealist, it's been 10 years, but you still remember the scene? Where was G. Spectra, who was in a comic of all things? Was there a Condemned comic? Does that ring any bells?
I don't think there was a comic. I don't think there was.
very specific.
Because one of the other things,
The bear scene, there's that one.
talking to Nathan Hedrickson
Yeah.
about the fact that the
Where it
genesis
started
of
from?
this,
Yeah.
was it was actually going to be a movie project first.
Oh, there's the doll
Doll one.
factory.
Yeah.
I'm just hopping through the
We're-
links real quick.
We're looking for that bear scene, folks, in case you're wondering. But yeah, so it was going to start
Oh my
out
God.
as a movie with WB. They got as far as having Kurt Sutton, like I think a fairly well-known writer,
I think they pitched the script, and it got to a point.
where it was written by a pretty renowned writer.
Yeah.
And then
it just.
multiple levels of producers went through. That's what he was telling me the other day. So we went through multiple rounds of producers, as I guess a lot of movies do. And by the time the script had been rewritten so many times, Kurt had backed out.
done, yeah.
And now it just kind of languishes somewhere. It's too bad, because I think this really would have been a pretty creepy movie. It's a
Well,
creepy video game.
and here's a creepy bear for people who are excited about seeing the scene.
Oh, it's a fan comic. Okay.
I think the best shot and recorded version.
Yeah, there you
Oh
go.
man.
You see that? So there aren't spikes in that bear.
No, there aren't.
This is the.
By the way, another plug for DX. If you guys haven't seen his Condemned video, he does a neat little synopsis on it, talks about it. It's well worth checking out.
I'm looking on all the
That?
little bits and pieces. I created a lot of little
I remember here.
motifs and then setting up little tension sequences that all cue off of events. And
Like this part
start
where
and
you're
stop.
like.
Yeah, there it is.
And I remember when they added the spit, I'm like, all right, I gotta add more like, okay, spit
Yeah.
sounds.
Yeah.
That's
I
great.
gotta add like goobering spit stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes those effects come into the
And you don't have needle drop on spit sounds, I assume. You got to go out
Yeah,
and get it.
Spit library.
These are more wet loogies. I'm looking for a dry spit.
Loogie too.
No, I'm a big fan of like Winston's 2008 spit sounds.
Yeah.
Rendered sounds.
I love the JRPG spit sounds. I'm still loving homage.
There is a library company called Spitfire, but they don't specialize in spit
16-bit spit.
or fire related music.
You know,
So,
I think this scene is probably more terrifying when you're actually playing it.
When you're
It's
in the
actually-
mood.
When you're actually being
like,
stalked.
It's for the people at home. It also sounds a lot louder.
Take this.
So it's when we're talking about the importance of sound, guys. I'm gonna turn it down for you guys at home too, because it's about to explode.
okay.
So I just
This is the
that
interesting
section.
part right here.
Yeah.
So this is where we had the cell. Like you came out of you got kicked back out of this thing because you wake up in this ground. So from here on out, after you shoot, we had to kind of do this whole thing like
Like
you
fell
close
out
your
the
eyes,
window,
you just
yeah.
hear yourself going out, landing in the dirt, getting up, and then it starts.
But they're
level.
doing like a level load during that time or whatever, and so the only thing we
And so
could
we
do
had
is
to
a
just
glass
sell,
shatter
like,
and
it-
then just like
That's great.
yeah.
So you just imagine what happened.
A little bit of
just by
misdirection
hearing.
behind the scene while the level's loading.
Yeah.
That's cool. DX, you had a question about who wrote the script. I do. It's Kurt. I do remember who wrote the script. It's Kurt, and I want to say his last name started with an S. I actually have it in my notes at my desk, of course. Kurt Sutton? Does that ring a bell? Kurt Sutter? Kurt. He was.
I think it's Sutter.
Sutter? Kurt Sutter?
Right.
Sounds.
Who wrote the script? You mean the dialogue?
No, the script for the movie, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
was-
when Nathan.
Yeah,
pitched
when
it.
Nathan was shopping it around, it got the first person to write the script. They were excited. It was a pretty decent name, especially at the time. And then eventually, like I said, it went through a bunch of rewrites.
So, do you guys want to jump back into some more gameplay?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Who wants to hold the
We're
controller?
gonna go.
Just as a heads
You
up
were
for
doing really well, Nathan. For
everyone
No,
at
it
home
wasn't.
and those here.
But that's fine.
Oh, it sounds
No,
like the audio's going. Oh, just
I
hit B.
don't. Yes.
Just keep. Just don't hit yes.
No, I mean,
Stop hitting
I said yes, I will hit B. That's
Oh,
what
okay.
I said. Okay.
So keep hitting B, and you'll back out. all
Okay,
the
there
way.
you go. I'm back in.
Yeah, so Kurt Sutter wrote Sons of Anarchy. That's the person. That's the person.
I shot him in the feet.
So
No, I
that's
didn't
who
even hit his
who
foot.
wrote the,
That was bad. I only have one. Wow.
Oh boy.
That
You're
was
dead.
not good. I have to restart the checkpoint.
Well, that's all right.
I
Because
see.
actually, you get a fresh thing of health out of it. Ridge Top 21 asks, and it is a fair question. I don't know how much we can really say, but do we ever see making horror games again? Because I have to say, there was that period you guys went through. I think you guys obviously.
Yeah, because they went C1, C2, and then there was
Yeah.
Fear. And we were definitely
Yeah.
in that dark because then it was Matrix. It was like
Yeah.
right.
You guys went through a dark phase.
Yeah, because it
Kind
was
of a
even
gothy
like Alien
phase.
versus Predator before that stuff. But
Was that
it
just
was nice. I mean,
artistic
this stuff was
passion?
like first person making a horror game. I mean, for any audio guys, this is incredible because it's like
Yeah.
a lot of yes, the audio does help on this kind of genre. So yeah, we were like
And
Yeah.
really, on the music side, you can be as experimental as you ever want to be, and you're crossing your fingers, honestly, that you don't come up with anything too conservative because this stuff. There's a mood you're trying to hit that really encourages a lot of experimentation and creating music that is way outside the sweet spot because you want it to sound very unsweet. So, am I going the wrong way? How am I doing, guys?
I think if you go
Hey,
over by that
we
phone,
see people.
Follow that
don't these
creepy
phones
lady.
ring? I know those phones. I thought they rang.
That's a nice touch. Oh, hey,
Got her.
that's a product placement.
Yeah.
That's what you see. Yeah,
Why
was
your
it-
pipes today?
You guys, I see. Look, I think it is.
I'm gonna
Isn't
grab that small pipe.
Yeah.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
there we are.
Now we both have
Nice.
one.
Very good.
I'll bring you guys back in a second,
Oh,
just so that
surprise.
throw out the pipe for a
Ooh, I'm gonna
second.
go around the pip.
There you go. So now you're all there.
Oh yeah,
Where it was.
yeah. People have heard the story. This is an actual pipe for those that are just joining us that our concept artists assembled. This is a real pipe, assembled, and then gave to the 3D artists to use to model these pipes after.
There's your health, man. That the person just ran past you. It's on your
I can't run.
No, I know.
You can run.
You run
press down
left
left.
stick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Push
Okay.
on left stick, and,
Oh, then
and
you
you
can
run.
run, yeah.
Not very
And then
fast.
you lose your adrenaline. The meter up there that looks like urine. My urine meter goes
So
down.
you gotta go over by
Yeah.
this.
That's the
I
very-
wanna,
that's
you can do me a
the-
favor and go by those
zip.
phones.
Well, yeah. Okay, here we go. Yes, I can pick up that phone. I think that I might get Malcolm Van Horn or something, right?
Scary phone.
Oh,
You
come
got
on.
it. Oh, you got a metal piece.
Oh, just for picking
It's one
up
of the
phone.
collectibles.
Nice. Yeah, I remember this. There's that. I remember that ambient piece, that tonal ambience, and then there's a certain point when I'm fighting and a bunch of crazy rhythm stuff goes underneath it that I worked
So
on.
this is where you came from. So
Okay,
back
so
around.
that's not good.
Yeah.
That's not what we want.
Yeah.
We're trying to like leave the department store.
Well, try to get to that.
Keep the wall on your left and just follow it again.
Oh, there.
Can I duck?
Uh-huh.
No, I can't duck that far.
You gotta go that way.
Yeah.
I assume the movement being this purposeful, that's part of the mood, right? I think it's a very different experience when you're just jamming around this level than when you're creeping.
Yeah. Okay, what? Nothing. Still.
Nothing. Who designed this game?
We have some complaints.
Pinbender, you might have been partially responsible for the dark face. That's cool.
Bender said that they left Monolith just before Monolith released.
Oh!
You need
See,
to
that's
get all your
blocking
health
is
back.
critical.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to block a shotgun, though. Okay.
I do find that you were able to take 3 shotgun shots to the chest.
Wow. That's actually impressive when you think about it.
Right.
Maybe not for video, not by video game standards, but
Right.
still, by standards of reality.
You also had half health on top of that.
I have, not nearly half health now.
Not anymore,
Yeah.
but you were when you had 2 things to heal yourself, and you grabbed 1. I'm assuming just to save.
So I restarted the checkpoint, but my Excedrin is still gone, right? I know there's
Oh,
like
wow,
that
that's-
Gotta
Excedrin
get more
case.
etc.
Yeah.
All right, there she is, but I'm trying
Advil.
I need to shoot her.
You have a guy to your right as well, just as a warning.
What? Oh, we got it. Okay.
They don't all attack.
Small pipe.
Yeah, remember your block. You're doing it
You
great.
had one more shot in that shotgun.
Just that block.
Uh-oh!
Yeah, see how I was turned the wrong way, but I blocked? Yeah,
Yes.
that was awesome.
So now but at least now you know there's that other dude over there. Could you imagine this in VR?
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
I think one of the
Gosh, that would be
struggles that
great.
exists with VR and melee weapons, though, is the feeling of contact.
All right.
Oh, how can you be standing? That was a shotgun.
Yeah, I just blasted her in the gut. That's
I've
not
been-
good enough.
I've been shot a few times in the gut by a
I
shotgun.
had to use both. I had to use both my bullets.
Yes. Oh, yeah, block! Remember those blocks?
I think I got it. Okay,
Oh,
block.
nice. Nice. Yeah, you really.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the pipe.
Yeah.
It's just in the spirit of things.
In the
I could get the
spirit.
2x4 bolts, but I'm not gonna. All right, where's the Excedrin case?
I believe it's behind you.
Okay.
Oh no, that was a 90-degree
days.
turn. Do it 180-degree
Okay.
turn.
Whoa. Okay, that was a no turn. That was 360. Okay, so
left again, left a little bit, left straight.
all right. Yes, I see it now.
There's gonna be
Oh,
a
yeah.
person over there.
Yeah, I know
You're ready.
that. There's you always have to.
Go.
They make you
Steady
work for it.
Freddy.
Grab both of those.
right,
There's gonna be
this
2
bottle.
heals in here.
Oh, yes.
Heal 2. Yeah.
Nice.
If you want, you can even save
Yes.
real quick.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, where do I do that?
Hit start.
Sorry, silly me. Yeah.
Save checkpoint.
Yeah.
Checkpoint.
Right.
There you go. Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely,
yeah,
we do.
Yeah.
Slow
All
and
right.
steady wins
Now,
the race.
now just be back into the main game.
Yeah. Thanks for your advice.
So, Pinbender was saying earlier about
I don't know why they said I was doing good, but whatever.
I know Kevin was saying this too, that like Fear, the lighting was actually one of the biggest reasons that game ended up as a horror game, was getting that lighting, and then obviously in this too. That is interesting. Was that like a purposeful thing throughout? Basically, it was just like when you guys were exploring the horror, it was a passion for the genre, I'm sure, because I know like you guys love horror, but then also like working within the technical parameters you had.
So, I also think like it was our engine it's dark
Right.
at the time, but I also know that Craig Hubbard at that time when we were exploring around for games, I know he was into that. What was the movies out then at that time and all?
Oh yeah, 7. Actually, 7 was an influence cited.
It was a
at-
big influence
Yeah,
on this
yeah.
one.
Yeah, I would say by
said
Frank Rook was the designer on this.
Yeah, I would say probably more by environment than anything else. But,
Yeah.
Hey Nathan, go back to your pills, and then you'll take a right at the pills.
Okay. Pills were. I'm sorry, guys.
Went in, take
Oh,
a 90-degree right turn, but not down the stairs.
Right.
There
But
you
there.
go.
Yeah. Got it.
And then when you get to the pills, a 90-degree right turn, and you'll run into your shotgun again. See, someone was asking, where is Jared?
He's we've quarantined him.
I live in the cave at the moment. I'm bigger than all 3 of them, so
right.
that's why
Where is
I
he?
go off.
Yeah.
Empty the clip.
You don't need courage when you have a gun.
Yeah, really, the 45 is now we're talking.
All right. Well.
All right, now what do we got to do here, team?
Keep going. There's only one way for it.
Look at that. Oh, Mitch Former is in the audience. Another former Monolith person. Welcome. Thank you for stopping by. It's great when you guys join chat because you field so many questions as well and add a lot of value.
Ooh,
So
look at
thank
them all.
you.
That is it.
This is the part that we talked about the bug. This is
Right.
what people thought was a bug.
Right, but it isn't. It's.
Anytime you hear the sound, look back.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Whoa!
That's that is fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so good.
Oh, look,
Oh my gosh! Look who's here. No, you.
well,
No.
they can. There's 51.
Holy smokes! The mats are here. I'm gonna make
Hey,
way on
Matt,
this
wave
couch.
at this camera.
You know,
Wave at
this is
camera.
one. This is mannequins, mannequins, mannequins.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's nuts.
Then you have to go down.
Are you guys here for real, or is this like just a? Come on over, gang. Come on
We'll have to
over.
investigate. It's time to investigate.
It's Tony Rhodes, Action 10 reporter. I'm gonna hand you that.
slime.
I have
slime
another
trails.
Come on in, guys. Look who it is, everybody.
Are you guys having a play?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, but it's
Yes.
not good because
It's
I'm
like,
doing
oh
it.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Not
Oops.
getting nice and crazy.
Hello, Internet.
Right. Do you want to introduce yourselves? As
I'm
if
not
you need
playing.
introductions?
I'm Matt.
I'm Matt.
This is also Matt. We both worked on this game
Yeah.
with these guys
All right. For those at home to have the knowledge
who
about these
don't
two
know
Matts,
all the Matts.
Yeah.
these are guys who dealt with a lot of things that were not sound focused, like the actual Rumble Shake story that I'll have Matt talk about. But
Oh no,
better
I mean
job.
like and this is what I was saying. Like so, yesterday Jared's like, "Oh, tell us some stories." I was like, I got so many fucking stories about this game. I'm just now like I have horrible flashbacks to setting up this goddamn machine.
Texture. Yeah.
Yeah, and like all
the
like there's like
dual-handed weapons?
yeah, like not only that, but there's like 6 different textures going on with this
Pull
thing.
back out. Nathan. The right stick will scroll and it'll.
Oh yeah, and oh my god.
All right. Let's
Yeah, I
try
had
again.
that. This was back in the days when
I
That's
did all the
long.
UI, by the way. It's
Yeah.
on me, so if you get
Well, you didn't do the
confused-
art. Cole did the art.
Did you? That's awesome.
Okay, now.
I
Right stick zooms in and out.
Okay.
So you like
No,
push-
left stick actually does.
Left stick does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
UI doesn't tell you that.
Yeah.
actually, none of the sticks are doing anything
There
right
may
now.
or may not have been much.
Oh,
there we go.
There
Okay.
it goes. It's
Okay.
zooming in and out.
Okay.
So you want to zoom out.
Oh, okay.
And then see how it lights
Yeah.
up.
There we go.
Yeah, now right
Yeah, right
trigger.
trigger.
Because it did
Yeah.
the little thingy. Yeah.
Now
Got my
talk to
evidence.
Rosa.
That,
Compiling.
by the way, is
Cross-referencing.
from Eric.
Yeah.
The
No.
footprint is an exact
So
match
Sega
with the
gave
Metro
us as
station
a.
car.
You know how they
The matchmaker.
they give like gifts
I'm
out
still concerned
to.
about that
I don't know if they still do it. They used to give gifts out to
Keep following the trend.
reviewers.
Oh yeah, no, that's right.
Back
Yeah.
when press kits were
Yeah.
real
I
deals.
would if
yeah.
I could,
Exactly.
but this part of the
Sega,
department store is flooded. His trail
they
ends
just
here.
went to the hardware store and got a whole bunch of pipes and sent those off.
Oh.
And they
That
gave
I
one
didn't
of them to us, and I have it at my desk. only problem with it is it makes your hands smell really bad.
Yeah.
Be able to sniff it. Remember the sniffer?
Yeah, I got to get the sniffer out now.
There's a sniffer.
Nice.
Yeah, the gas spectrometer.
Yeah. We're
Was it-
excited about that.
Oh, yeah, Bushido, Condemned 3. You may have to talk to Jason. I think he's too into H1Z1 these days to pay any attention to
Totally.
us peons.
All right. Well, boy.
Remember that you
It's
dark on the
pretty
flashlight?
dark.
How do
Yeah.
I
Oh,
actually
you're getting
do
your ass
flashlight?
beat.
Well,
Oh, you're dead. I'll tweet him now.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell him to drop that H1Z1 battle royale shit. It's going nowhere.
Are you playing this on? Is this on PC or is this on
What?
Xbox One?
really? All the way back here, huh?
Is it on Xbox One?
Oh, there's maps.
Yeah.
It's the map model.
We talked about the map model, like we were looking at
That model.
the concept
Yeah.
stuff. All right. Wow, they're gonna make me do all this again, huh?
Yeah, back when first-person shooters. This was backward when men were men
Yeah.
Oh, dude, when
and first-person shooters were
Just like-
fucking horribly UX designed. Wait, how do we get them to go in the right direction? I don't know. You put a glowing thing on the floor,
Yeah.
man.
go here.
Oh, I think Pinbender and Mitch Former are some of your former coworkers.
Pinbender. Yeah.
Who's Pinbender?
That's
Yeah, all right, so that's left
Vivian Francis.
stick until
Oh,
things
wow.
light up, and then right trigger. Oh yeah. All right, now I gotta listen to her talk about my gas spectrometer again.
You might want to look around for
Yeah,
people
you're
hitting
gonna
in
get
the
your
face.
ass handed to you if you don't.
So,
pull your
what is
head
the
up.
deal with like?
I'm still concerned about that rogue
like,
fingerprint from the tape
It's a
room.
weird
Why does all the
cluster.
lake
Keep
go
following the
still?
trail.
happens
It may
with
lead
that
to
behind you.
answers. Maybe even
There's
the
nothing I can really do. I'm kind of
would
in a
if I could,
nav
but this
blocker
part
right
of the
now.
department
So.
store is
The
flooded
rumor
as
that's
trail
saying
ends
that
here.
Source code to
It
Condemned
might be a
2
long
port.
shot, but try using
Then
your
it was
gas
just
spectrometer.
deleted for no reason.
Dead bodies.
no.
Source code, no.
Did we not ship on PC?
I thought we didn't.
Condemned 1 we shipped on PC.
Yeah, one.
Did 2 we not ship on PC?
I guess
No, we didn't
You're
ship.
lucky
We
for
didn't
asking
ship
for
2
it,
on
so-
PC.
No.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah,
I can
for
tell
real.
you that the game
It was
ran
console
on
only,
the
yeah.
PC.
Yeah, we did all of our development on the
we have
PC.
3 people talking. One.
All right, so yeah, we did all of the like we still do. We do all of our main development on PC. We really didn't ship a Condemned 2 PC.
She wants me to investigate.
Wow, yeah, clearly that
But
wasn't up
it's
to Matt.
obviously, I
Yeah.
have to.
Actually, that's one of the
Guys.
reasons it was
I can't fight him with a
Shoot
gas
him.
spectrometer.
Yeah.
Shoot him! That dude is. Look at how angry
Oh
he
my
is
goodness.
with you.
All right,
Yeah.
take it. Because I don't remember how to switch from a gas spectrometer to a weapon.
In real life or?
Oh wait, don't do Nuki.
In real life, when I have my gas spectrometer, so you'll
And
have to
my
tell me.
weapon.
It's left trigger
I-
blocks, right trigger swings.
Is it working with all the XDKs and 360?
It was a pain in the ass. They were Macintoshes when we started working on this
Condemned
damn
1 or
thing.
Condemned 2?
Condemned 1. They were Macs.
They were, weren't they?
And it was new to us. This was our first. Here, somebody else play this so I can answer questions.
That was my problem.
Yeah.
I kept
It was our first.
Trying to
It was
listen
our
to the
first
questions.
console game, and so you know, we started prototyping on the PC. We showed it off. We were showing it off to a bunch of folks. At one point early on, we showed it off to Microsoft, and they didn't. You know, obviously they didn't end up publishing it, but they were super interested in the fact that we wanted to get onto console, and 360 was going to be a thing, and they're right down the road. So we started working with them. We got really early prototype hardware that were all, because it was powered. The 360 was a powered PC,
Yeah.
so
it
they were
looked
all
like a
Mac.
Macintosh.
No, it didn't look. It was a fucking Macintosh. It didn't look like a. They were all Macs. So the sound guys were happy
Yeah.
because they were like, "Sweet, more Macs in the office," even though they weren't actually Macs. They were running like
go
some
up and
weird
down,
Windows.
left stick that will get you
thing.
the right zoom. You get all the arrows.
But yeah, it was
Left
different.
stick?
Like we had
Left stick
done
gives you zoom
before
in and out, and
before
then
Condemned.
they'll
We
get
had done a port for No One Lives Forever 2.
You have to have all the arrows first.
Or
PS2.
So you have
we
to go
ported
left
that
a
to the
little bit.
PS2.
So when we're talking, we can have one side talk or one side talk, but right now we have both. So
Oh, I see.
I think
yeah.
the audio guys would know that.
Yeah, would you guys want to talk?
No.
Are you sure?
Brian got stuck, and so
Brian's stuck.
Yeah.
Sorry about that bit, but it was,
Yes, Mom.
thank you.
So Matt, you were saying.
I don't even know.
You were talking
Actually,
about.
I got a question.
Oh, we were talking about. So we had done a console port, so we sort of knew what we were getting into, but not really. We had no clue. You came on a little. You weren't there at the start.
No, I wasn't there at the start.
Yeah.
I came on though, and so we're still on PC, and we got the first real looking dev kit. Like we had the Macintosh ones, but then we got the first real one. And I remember Joe Waters talking about it in the middle of the company because they gave us a list of things to not do with the dev hardware. And it was like, don't leave it plugged in overnight.
Right, yeah.
Don't, and it was said like immediate like fire will start.
Right, like it'll just burn.
Don't
up.
leave the controllers plugged in for too long.
There
it was like
so
Happy
much,
Fun Ball.
Yeah, there's so much broken stuff about that. Mr. Surrealist, it was probably Nolf 1 then.
So
One of the Nolfs.
I'm gonna ask
They're
you a
all
question.
a blur of 1960s fake, made up fun stuff with Kate Archer.
Okay, guys, I'm going to ask a question for chat for the signed concept art, another piece by Eric Kohler. I want
He's a real person.
everyone to look at the beautiful bald man to the right and answer this question.
How much hair does Eric Kohler have?
Who
He doesn't watch Twitch. He's not. When is he going to come in here and kick my ass?
who
He's got another fight.
who did Matt Rice play in Condemned 2? Who did Matt Rice play
play somebody.
in Condemned 2? That's going to be a deep pull.
Yeah, that's. You're gonna have to find some super fans to know that.
Well, we got some super fans here. We'll see.
Was that what? So there was early pre-launch debug XDK versions of Condemned. I mean, it was probably just a shittier version of this game. I know for a while there was like I swear to God, I saw our pitch demo was online. Like somebody posted that, which was very different. And by very different, like it was just super early. We were figuring out normal maps. We were figuring out all types of stuff.
It's actually in the game. It's one of
Yeah.
the rewards for achievements.
Yeah.
Right, actually, yeah, right, that's right.
Bird crunch. Oh, nice. Oh man,
That's Matt. Dude, that's you.
What do you?
I love
You killed me.
I love that
Why
moment.
is this game so fucking hard? Who made this game?
Oh no! Why did they turn on some lights?
Because we can only use one.
Right.
Like, basically, it's like, well, there's your light. And you're like, well, I can't. Like, it fades off as I walk away. It's like, well, I guess it's dark over there. Did you do new game?
Yeah. I wanted to show you guys this beginning part.
Here's a fantastic
Remember this?
time. You guys.
This was all. This was like Courtney Evans.
Yeah, we'll leave this up because you guys can talk
Yeah,
about
this
this.
is in-engine.
I just saw a picture of you.
This
by
was
the way.
great.
Yeah, Courtney did insane. Like, he just did this overnight one night. He's like, I think we should do this.
That's Kohler.
I think we should do this for the credits.
Right.
And he was like, here it is. And it's in-engine. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
This was like pretty
Incredible.
He feels like 7.
It does, yeah. You would, I've never seen that. I didn't know. I'm just kidding. It was directly
You guys
influenced
mainline that.
every fucking thing about this. There's Kevin Stephens.
That's Stephens.
Yeah.
That's right.
The long Monolith tradition of
Yeah,
starting our
Unmutual
games
6,
in-
that's what it is. The dark.
Way outside the.
Yeah, Monolith released Fear and Condemned at the same time. Both missions started with you in a car being yelled at by your boss.
Oh my God, look at that normal.
Thomas,
I'm sorry.
I don't got all day here. Let's get a move on.
There's something wrong with this face.
Yeah, the normal maps are. I mean, we didn't know what we were doing. They're probably inverted and broken. They're like the wrong.
People
actual
are
angles.
scared.
They're
We need to
No,
get
I'm
this
old.
one. Follow me.
That's my
Bodies this
favorite line
way.
of the game.
Oh yeah.
So according to Unmutual 6, if you spam the kick button
You gotta
during this, you
crouch
can have a headless Ethan. when
in
you
the
s-
corner.
Yeah.
It's probably the player spawn point.
Yeah.
Where the player starts.
In Unmutual 6, the footage from the dark online, that's in the that's in
Come on,
this
let's
game.
go. Bodies
If
rotting
you
as we
achieve all
speak.
the achievements, it unlocks like the
patrolman on
10-minute
duty
long
said there
video
was
that you
These
can
the
make.
50 people
Just like a
watching know that.
Yeah.
They unlocked it like the weekend it came out, and they've been waiting 18 years to have this conversation with you.
It's been that.
You actually had hair
It's true.
when that thing was first unlocked.
Did anyone
Why do they always have to kill in such maggot-infested
Matt Rice played a
dumps?
software engineer. It's true.
No, I haven't seen any.
Sick.
Nobody's.
That's awesome.
Well, he was reading off one of the comments.
Okay.
What was the process for creating the weapon swing and impact sound? I don't know. We should ask the sound guys. What was your process?
Let's see, what's the process?
You're like,
for
first
creating that?
you came in every day and you're like, oh my god, I have a job.
Nothing's down there.
Oh my
This is
god,
incredible.
I better turn on my hearing aids.
Yeah. Like,
See, what was the process? There was really no problem. I mean, I remember we had a cart full of weapons. We went down in the parking lot, and we just sat there and recorded.
Yeah, that was the first time. I feel like that was the first time. It wasn't even down in the parking lot.
It was outside.
It was outside the.
And then remember
because
we
it
would
was at
record everybody in the
Lynbrook.
parking lots?
Yeah, and
Probably
we got people called.
Yeah. Probably freaked out the Montessori school that was right next door.
Yeah, because I mean,
And
there
everybody
was
swearing up a
screaming, and it was like, oh yeah, the screams are so.
Look at the
sound
lens
great.
flare.
Let's tune those.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did lens flare.
This is where we're getting a.
We're not legally allowed to talk about how we got the sounds of the human flesh being hit by the pieces of the weapons.
Probably
So
just
don't ask that next
fingers
question.
in Jello.
That Alan, somebody was asking earlier, 500 points. I think you've been asking. Was there any more stuff that was supposed to happen with Glass Man that basically he was used in a lot of promotional materials? And was there a greater focus on
Glass man. Was that the dude with all the glass pieces
actually,
shoved in him?
Yes. It looks a lot
With
like
the
him.
long, stringy white hair?
Yes.
No, it was just a cool concept art that Kohler drew.
Yeah.
I think it
Based
was
on you.
literally. It was just that one wasn't. Was that one based on you too?
It's striking.
They probably all were. He has like a thing for you.
No, it was like I was the only one who wore pants that had the right creases. I think. Like he was like, I need some fucking wrinkles around the knees of my concept art. Can you stand here so I can take pictures of you? Next thing I know, I'm a zombie in the game.
Oh, you are. I'm gonna have to send. I'm gonna go get that picture and send it. We still have a little bit of time, right? Yeah.
So it was so 500 points is like, yeah, he's in the game files, but he's not used in the game. Oh my god, welcome to game development. I'm sure at some point, like, we had a level with that dude, and he probably flung glass out like in a whirlwind, and it was sweet, and it just never was good. So we had to cut it.
Thomas.
That is every single day of my fucking life. This would be sweet if we could finish it. Man, I can't
Oh, there
finish it.
actually is a chain
Wasn't
on
there
that.
something?
Like,
Remember when they gave us the box cover?
The
We
box
were like,
cover
what,
has-
what the hell's all these chains from?
Yeah.
And then
We
added these chains after the box.
Yeah.
Because
we were like, what the
Sega
hell
gave us
are
a
chains?
box with a lady with chains on her face. We're like, wait, did you guys even play the guy? Like, what have you guys been doing?
So we're just gonna have to, accommodate
Yeah.
your concept, I
chains.
guess,
So
by
we-
putting it into our game.
it makes
Alright.
zero sense.
I'll jump back to explain for
Box art
context.
victim, exactly.
Yeah, context. So the box art had chains on it for everybody who's at home right now, and I'm gonna. It's the green one. So that green box art, chains of the face,
The green
and
one.
they didn't have any chains in the game, so they added the chains in this scene to make it connect with the box art.
That was like what you just did there was streamer interpretation of Dev Talk. That was beautiful. You were like the folks who changed things from English to German.
Translator.
Yeah,
There you go.
translator.
Very, I feel
We shouldn't have let him do that. We shouldn't have accommodated them because they did the same thing
Yeah, they
for
they
Condemned
did
2,
with
and that means they added they added the feature for Condemned 2.
the entire feature.
Yeah, they added the time mode in Condemned 2 because they announced it at a conference, and we were like, what the hell is this? I guess we'll start working on that now.
That is fascinating. So an entire mode was pitched, but you guys weren't the ones who actually made it.
No, and
Or
he
it
talked about it
pitched
to the press.
That happened a lot back then.
I recall that hearing something about that.
Back when it wouldn't cost hundreds of millions of dollars to do stupid shit like that.
Right. It's like, yeah, we have 40 different weapons. You're like, okay.
How does it feel streaming to 8 people?
It's 8 more
About
than
this,
I've ever streamed before.
I don't know. It's about it's like a code review, really.
It's also
it's what happens when I check in C++ code. I get about 8 engineers behind me, and they're like, "Man, I don't think so."
it's also not that many people.
It's not that many people.
Yeah, no,
Well, this poor dude's on YouTube.
this guy's
So,
a lot
like,
on
there's
YouTube,
nobody
but
else on-
we have a lot more questions on Twitch.
There's, you should jump over to Twitch, bro.
Yeah,
There's like
you'll have more friends there.
12 people.
Yeah, we just don't have the chat up right now. But here, just because you don't feel lonely.
So lonely.
All right, now I'm gonna bring it to the hosts again real quick, and so your beautiful faces
Whoa,
for
shit,
questions.
we're big.
Yeah, but I want to show off what Rice's thing that we were referring to looks like.
Oh.
So you're gonna disconnect for a second, Nathan?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. But it's just a very cute picture. So while we're chilling for a second, let's answer some more questions.
Yeah, I'll answer. Even I can't find who Matt Royce played in Condemned 2. Lol, I give up.
I actually played 3 characters.
Yeah, he was in there a lot.
So, but there's a very specific one that
I
we're
remember.
referring to.
Mocap for 2 actors.
One had a mustache.
The most beautiful of mustaches. So we'll be grabbing that. And then we have, so do you guys have any follow-up things you want to state?
What, to like prepare them to see this image? or-
Yeah, you could prepare them to see the image.
It's a little known
be
fact
amazed.
that Brian Pamintuan's the most well-dressed man at Monolith.
Hey, it's
Oh,
well
there
known.
it is.
Oh, actually, it's a super
Yeah.
well-known fact.
So this
Bum introduced in the Doll Factory. Did he play the magician?
No. No, I did not.
No,
play the
he did
magician.
not.
Nobody's been able to guess it, so we're showing.
Yeah.
It's just a serious pull.
That was not your hair, was it?
No, that was my hair. That was not my mustache.
No.
Is that right?
I also hope I didn't have that chin.
Sorry.
Yeah, you never had that chin.
Yeah.
That chin
Just
is
like
No.
something happened with that chin. We're not sure what it is.
I think Kohler hit that chin.
This was all done by
Was
Chris
that
Alderson.
Calderson? Calderson
Yeah.
hit that chin. So Chris Alderson is now at basically
Polyarch?
started a studio called Polyarch. He made a pretty awesome PS4 VR game called Moss. He and Richard Lico. Richard Lico
It's the animator.
was the animator on Condemned. So Richard Lico went from bum fights to sweet fucking tiny little mice who could do ASL. I think we broke him.
Literally.
So what do we do? Who said that Matt Rice played an engineer?
Oh, that was just a joke.
good.
I know.
Yeah, but give him the
What is
signs
the art?
thing. Yeah.
I,
Because it was funny.
I guess we could go find him. Like, I have all the stuff here. Scroll back up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Unmutual.
What was it? I'm here.
Mutual then wouldn't he? That mean he gets two? Yeah.
No, we can't just give away.
There we go. Oh, I just saw it.
He's a model. Okay,
Unmutual 6.
There we go. Blizz.
software. Oh, it's Blizz Nyack.
Perfect.
There you go. You got
There we
it.
go.
Just for being the first and funny.
For
Yeah.
being the first and funny. That's our limitation.
I also would have accepted the bum at the start of Condemned 2.
Oh, you played that
I
bum?
was the guy who's like, motherfucker, those were mine.
Nice.
You stole my alcohol.
Was
Yeah.
that your voice too?
No, it wasn't my voice.
Actually,
but
you
I
got
did
a
all the-
real
I did
voice.
all the
Actually, we
acting for
gotta
it.
now. I gotta find that. Okay, I have changed my mind.
Hey,
on
can you
what to do next.
can you get it back so we can see if people are asking questions? It looked like there were a couple.
Yes,
Asking questions?
Yeah, we got to get to new messages. We're still
Alright,
stuck
I
on
got
top.
you.
Thank you.
Yes, and please do. We also have Glass Band, which you'll see looks a lot like.
I forgot about the magician.
Yeah.
He's creepy. We have some good,
Yeah.
good art.
The bum introduced in Doll Factory. Oh, you did the opening, yeah. Oh, and you did the crazy rock song
Yeah.
at the start of.
And then
Yeah.
in the bar,
Yeah.
it happens about.
Are we gonna play this? I spent so much
So I was
time on these cinematics
Oh.
with Rocky.
Me too.
You can talk to
It
him
was
right now.
fun.
Depth of, this was me. This was like shit. I got depth of field. I'm going crazy.
Yeah, crank it.
Yeah. Look at what I'm doing. I'm depth of fielding things, so you can't tell that that's a really low res texture. Oh, you can still tell. Look at.
I think it
Oh my God! Look at. Oh, these were.
The
So
Metallica
hot.
cover up.
Oh, this is like this is good.
I know.
Like I spent so much time on this.
Wow. We went with that fun.
Yeah. Look at it. Sweet. What are you? You're a fucking engineer. It's
know.
not. You're like it's not
not-
fixed width.
So, in a second, I'm gonna
Hit every camera cut. It's so
Oh, yeah.
much fun.
It's actually. I'm gonna pause it real quick. For those at home, and I'm gonna
I'm
do a little
I'm getting verklempt.
Yeah.
little- Oh, that's good. Just and you guys can breathe for a second. Compose yourselves. Get excited again.
When you get more scared about the cinematics in the game, okay, we went a little overboard on the guns with Condemned 2. I get it. our heads were in the right place. We wanted you guys to have fun.
I'm trying to bring the sound back to you guys so you can have Grigg's talk about that beautiful singing voice that you can have.
Yes. Did you sing in this?
Yes. This is my vocal debut.
Can you get? Do you guys hear things coming from the TV in front of you?
It won't happen.
That was hard. That was trying to map that texture. So that was all done in After Effects afterwards. That's why the eye is always a little bit weird.
Yeah. Vocals won't happen until we get to the bar.
Right.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm. God, that was awesome. So we used to do, on both of these games, we used to do team reviews. Like, we would do, like, weekly team reviews where people would be like, this was what I was working on this week. And I remember the first time we saw that song, you played that song with that scene. I think it was with Rocky's drawings.
Right.
And it was just like, holy shit. Like, this is crazy. Megan's actually really good at this.
It's like Daniel instead of Sanyo.
Yeah.
Those are much better normal maps, by the way.
This morning.
Like,
Yeah, we got better.
and the face animations are better. That's some Nick Kondo, who just worked on Into the Spider-Verse.
Nice.
No.
So he just go see that.
cool.
Sony doesn't have anything to do with it.
Planning on it.
Rose's model is really good.
Yeah.
I think that
We're
was
not
Culberson.
sure. It's been 11 months since his
Who's
suspension.
that guy? Who's
He was
arms?
cleared of those charges.
Right. Nevertheless, he resigned from the agency shortly after and basically disappeared. Probably passed out in some gutter.
Unlikely.
Eric Jack, I have no
A man
idea.
like that doesn't just lie down quietly.
Please restate the question in English.
Okay.
All right,
Let's
he's got
find
his
Mr.
normal
Thomas
maps there.
and bring him in.
We painted in a lot of.
Going into the bar.
Yeah.
Here's a segue.
I spent so much time on these fucking things.
Yeah. Run the music up.
It's for you. Says his name's Malcolm Van Horn.
Look at that shirt. So we had we had shirts. We had those shirts made. I was looking for mine also because if I had enough beard, I could even Thomas it a little bit. So good. Why don't we make cinematics this good anymore? We used to. Do you guys think if you had taken a different direction, Lithtech could have competed with a popular commercial game engines like Reform? So, Jace tried that. There was he had a big group, the Lithtech group that was trying to license the engine, and there were some games. There was actually a really big game in Korea that licensed Crossfire that licensed the Wolftech, right? Or was it Fear? No, yeah.
It was
But
the
it's
biggest
like-
game in the world
Yeah.
for a good number of years.
It's so hard to do that and to make games like Epic is insane
to see what's killing.
that they're able to sort of do both of those things. Man, I had to time all that stuff, break all that stuff.
I have a feeling we're about to get better
Um,
acquainted.
You really have to, so you bifurcate what the team is focused on, and it's just not something that was feasible for us, and we really wanted to focus on games, and so that stuff sort of went away. But I have nothing for respect for what Mark and Tim have been able to do over at Epic, because it's really, really hard to do that stuff.
We're going for the bum now.
Oh, you want? You need to see
after
Matt.
I heard that Matt.
There you go.
me.
That's
It looks just like me.
Matt Rice mocap.
Yeah,
There you go.
I didn't know about this, so I just really want to share this because this sounds amazing. So we have Ethan. Hi, Ethan.
Why?
But you're not
Is this
the one we're here for. We're here for the true hero of Condemned 2 Bloodshot.
Was Greg Grunberg not available? Can we actually talk about this stuff?
What?
now?
Greg Grumberg? Wait.
So Greg was Ethan in Condemned 1.
It's too damn
But was
cold to
not
be sitting
Ethan
in the
Condemned
mud.
2.
Before we talk about it, let's listen to Rice.
No, I don't do the voice acting. I'm
It's
the
not.
body
He's just
actor.
the body actor.
I thought okay. Well, let's watch the action while you tell it.
I have scoliosis.
The
by
long
way,
and
that's
short
why
of
I
it
walk weird.
is Greg wanted to do it. Greg was a little bit too expensive for what Sega wanted to pay.
Hey, buddy.
We loved we loved Greg. It was
smell
like it
worse
was
than
cool.
I
He
do.
just got
I sleep in
really
garbage.
big in the interim years, and everybody knew who he was. Nobody knew who he was on Condemned 1. And then Condemned 1 made him a superstar.
Screw you.
And then he was like,
Oh,
I
got
need more
ourselves
money.
a
And Sega's
mean
like,
drunk.
no, we're just going to
Great,
get
hey,
Joe number 4 to do Ethan.
Even Clooney came back to ER.
Yeah, but they paid him a shit ton of money. Yeah, for like 30 seconds.
For like 30 seconds.
Oh.
At the very end, he came in. So did Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, he did DX. He was incredible in the first game. Was he easy to work with?
Greg?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, he was.
He seemed like a really nice guy.
Do we want to get these
It
guys
was
playing a little
really
bit more?
easy.
Yeah, I'm bringing them all back into the game again. Actually, if you want to load up a save again.
Load a save?
Oh, yeah.
Get it
'cause
back.
you know what? The mannequin scene. We can play the mannequin scene again.
I mean,
Did
yeah,
you guys
just-
already play it? It's funny that 2 horror games Condemned and The Evil Within had voice acting reshuffles within their sequels. Yeah, it's a thing because horror games don't sell well.
Yeah.
And so when publishers do P&Ls on them, they're like, yeah, we can't afford those dudes anymore.
I like to imagine that it was just spooky. Ooh, they
yeah,
changed the
they've
person.
changed the names. That's really creepy. Why
Whoa.
did they do that? So load game. Restart. No, cancel. Can I load?
If you go to load game
Yeah.
and then say yeah.
The UI implementer sucked up.
Who was that?
It was me.
All right.
Yeah,
And
this was
so
the only.
go to Bart's department
Dude
store.
with the mustache and the big chin.
Could be it.
All right, so this could be. I don't know where it's going to be in the point because we've played a little farther through.
This was back in the day where Kohler got to do a lot of art for the game.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually seen.
He was
in
the
game.
art director.
He was, yeah. It's true.
Sadly, we'll never get him on screen.
Oh God! If you get him out of his office, that would be surprising.
It's
Christmas time.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Now we know where we are again. So we're ahead,
He's like, ah.
we're ahead of the. Actually, Nathan, you should know how to go through this place perfectly now.
Yeah. Perfectly.
It's the only way to be sure, guys.
I only died
All right.
about 50 times trying to get through it.
Whoa.
Say goodbye to JBL Blaze.
No.
So JBG, thank you for the mini mod.
Is this level was Alex Pfeiffer, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember when he showed this
Right.
off during the thing and actually scared all the devs with the fucking mannequins.
Yeah.
It's actually back the other way.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
you're
know.
gonna take-
It's like I barely played this fucking game when I was working on it.
Well,
It's
take a right
scary.
then. There you go. Yeah, not yet. That's
How
the
about this
smelly
way?
elevator. Nope, smelly elevator.
Smelly later.
Exactly. Great. There you go.
You need to take out your gas spectrometer and figure out how
So
smelly
Reed,
it is.
so
Different,
DX
yeah.
has a question. You should talk to the DX about the bum fight burning level.
Did you just propose the idea?
I don't know who the genius was, but we took full advantage of it.
Yeah. Exactly. It was probably Frank. It was probably Frank.
Yeah,
Rudd.
it was Frank.
Yeah. Yeah, the basic idea behind it, the algorithm is pretty simple. If they accidentally, they never intentionally attacked each other, and if they accidentally hit each other, then they became enemies with each other and started attacking each other.
It adds a lot, actually.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like
It just-
really conceit of everything just attacks you.
Yeah.
Right. It feels chaotic,
Yeah,
too.
it felt really, really crazy.
Yeah.
So how did we test that? What? One shot?
Yeah,
You had no health.
We put you in
You're
a
so
low-
close
yeah,
to
we
the
did.
Excedrin, too.
Sorry.
Down
Yeah,
there.
there's the health pack right there in
Who the
front.
fuck made this
We
game?
I know. But anyway, in between saves, you
I
gotta
have
shoot
one.
yourself.
I have 2 shots from my shotgun
Yeah.
and
you
no
wasted
health.
one of
When it
And we didn't even see that guy.
I think it would be weird if this was anything but a horror game. So you guys really nailed it.
Guns are so they're just terrible because it's like you have 2 bullets and then you go, well, at least I can use it as a at least I can pistol
How do I
whip them
run?
and then your gun gets damaged. It's like-
Nice shoot, Tex. Turn! Yeah. You needed to shoot the guy.
I had to build those things too.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, like all the sockets in there. Like, yeah. Oh my god.
So I asked this question to the audio.
Yeah,
guys.
there you go, text.
Yeah.
If you guys could do change anything about the game now, revisiting it, is there anything you would do differently?
Before answering that question, Mark, could you repeat it into the
Oh,
microphone?
It's hard,
If you
man.
guys could do anything differently now, Mats, what would that be?
It's like, God, I should have been thinking in 2005 terms, or You know what I mean?
What would you do?
I would have. So the main complaint about the first game was that it was too dark.
Yeah, we'd add
And
some
then the
lights.
second game, we decided to make the bad guys all wear black tar. So we made it even darker.
Much none blacker.
Yes.
Really, to quote a game. Oh wait, a movie.
Which way am I going now?
I don't know.
Where's that health pack?
500 points. So Jace talked about an indie studio taking up Condemned. Do you think an indie studio would be able to do this? Yeah, I actually think at this point that would be the only type of studio. I don't think a AAA studio could
I would be
do
down
this
with
type
that.
of game.
You know who would love to see Night Dive?
Who are those guys?
Night Dive does a bunch of like they do a bunch of.
I know he's talking about actually doing it.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
How do I throw? It's right bumper?
There's not a throw in this
Not a
one.
throw?
You got a taser.
Oh, this is one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, taser.
Left
That's
bumper is a
bumper.
taser, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's right. That changes a lot.
Yeah. So if you were talking about like, yeah, I couldn't see any big AAA studio. That's glorious.
Get your anger out.
Let it flow through you.
Yeah.
All right.
Pick up the gun, man.
Check your bullets for flying.
There was a point. There was a
Big
point
Spender
in
3.
this. There was a point in this where we actually made you physically
Yes.
count.
We did not want to have
You
UI.
didn't want to have the UI. Like one of Frank's initial things was like, oh yeah, when you check to see in your revolver how many clicks, you have to count.
Super red.
Alex. Yeah, that was super insane.
Uh-oh.
Where are they?
Ah!
So this happened like it's like we were in a meeting, and he's doing this, and he's showing off this level, and nobody knows that those guys are doing that, and so he doesn't even pay any attention. He just like does this, like he goes in the corner, he turns around, and those guys keep fucking moving. Oh my god! Everybody like devs, like we've been working on this game for a year, and that's freaking everyone out. And at that point, you're like, all right, this is.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Alex had something. Let's look at that. That's creepy as shit. Creepy as shit.
Yeah, we
What
didn't.
things you're noticed that you guys switched to like. One thing that Jared and I noticed on a playthrough was you guys switched to that grainy, like filmic.
Yeah, that's this game is when I learned how to write pixel shaders. So we went a little bit nutty with our pixel shaders.
But it's cool. It comes in sometimes and other times it doesn't. Was there a reason for that? Like
it was mostly to show off like the supernatural like weird shit's happening to your brain.
That's when you know.
So they're all like the hallucination moments. But yeah, I remember. So I started writing pixel shaders, started figuring that out, and Courtney was like, "Oh, here's all the shit because his dad was a director of photography for film, like a well-known one." And he's like, here's all the shit that they do to actual process film. Like bleach bypass, like all of this stuff. And he's like, can you do this? And so we would just sit there and like mess with it and try to get stuff. Because this was before HDR and you had full access to it. So we would just try to pixel fuck it till it looked about right.
Yeah.
We can swear, right? This is still mature.
Oh, yeah,
we haven't
it's very,
turned
very.
mature off.
We're
playing Condemned.
Yeah, we're beating people's heads in
So
with
if you're
pipes.
not 17,
Yeah.
GTFO, motherfuckers.
Anyway, there's a question which is like, so first one was, do Fear and Condemned take place in the same universe?
No,
but
we were two different teams.
right. So then
there was no crossing of those streams.
That was a show
to
go
quote
in Fear.
a movie. Yeah.
But then the next one was, where is Condemned supposed to take place?
New York-ish, Chicago-ish maybe.
It looks the people act with the hats is very Chicago.
Yeah, it was a New York or Chicago. Frank really loved Chicago, like he had from an architectural standpoint. But Courtney really loved New York.
I can't see anything.
B is your flashlight.
B.
But you know what? You nailed him.
That was an amazing shot.
That was an amazing shot.
The muzzle flash as well. That looked lovely. Best shot of the screen.
Well, when that's the only light source, yeah.
Exactly. The muzzle flash is a great flash.
Where is he? Where is he?
Oh, guy.
This was back when AI was smart.
Yeah.
Actually, that is one question.
Gotta kill this guy.
Where is he? You don't know.
Having those guys run away so much, that's part of the cat and mouse nature of it.
Yeah. Whereas in Fear, these guys would sort of move between their nodes tactically, and try to just get cover, stay in cover. The point here was to have them move, and to have them move between nodes, like they were running away or hiding.
Yeah.
And then we would either despawn them or spawn new ones to jump out at you to make it scary.
That's cool. It's a little bit of the magician's trick.
Yeah, there's so much of that random, like, we can only have 2 or 3 guys on the screen at once, so try to fake it as best as possible.
That's cool. Like I was Nathan was saying earlier, it wasn't Condemned 2, right? Nathan, that the bear scene that you guys were going to load while that bear was rampaging.
Well, there's a point when you shoot the bear as it's with your final bullet, and then the screen goes black, and then we do a glass shatter, and then there's a level load.
Yeah,
but they didn't actually get to blow you out of the building or anything like that. All that stuff had to happen in black.
Very true, Mitch. Jeff is incredible. We still talk to him pretty regularly. Trying to convince him to come back to make games again. But like some of his core ideas were pretty awesome, and all the work he did on his PhD. He's a doc. He got a doctorate, right? Yeah, he's Dr. Orkin now. Was there ever a Condemned 3 in the works, even if it was just the planning stages? I'm sure we thought about it.
It might be a long shot.
But I don't, like, post-Condemned 2, we all very quickly moved over to Fear 2.
Yeah, we were all in Fear 2.
We thought about it probably for about 45 seconds before we realized Fear 2 was in a world of hurt and everybody needed to go over and help it out.
You guys were able to go. I had to finish Condemned 2.
Right, yeah, you kept working on it.
Yeah, that was me and one other person on Condemned 2, the QA person.
Was the multiplayer in Condemned 2 a publisher mandate? No comment.
I think that at the time that was what you needed to succeed. Was you needed to.
The air sample contains usual city pollutants and high concentrations.
I feel like now there's evidence that that's not.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was a little less.
I mean, there was no game. It was a
first-person
shooters.
Yeah, first-person shooters sort of had. It was their thing. Oh, nice! In the face, mother. Oh wait, I missed you. You got it.
Well, I was just gonna ask these guys. So we're gonna give away one more piece of signed concept art.
$1.50.
Yeah, there you go. That's gonna be the answer. Now, just they have to find the question.
Right.
It's Jeopardy.
Yeah.
This is it. So you guys think of a good trivia question to really stump the super fans.
So we have to think of a trivia question.
Have fun. I mean, we already got Tony Rhodes.
How many tattoos does Pamintuan have?
Yeah, there you go.
And will he show us them?
Will he show?
I mean, the
all
super
of them.
All of them. It's just one dragon, isn't it? Like
right.
full
But it
body?
just keeps going.
I mean, the super
TMI
fans
trivia.
all
yeah,
the
that's
way
awesome.
down.
Yeah, all the way.
Do we have to know the answer to the question?
We should,
I don't want to.
How many people are in the credits?
Yeah.
Well, like, I don't know the answer. You guys tell me.
How many birds are there to collect?
Shit.
Oh, yeah, that's a great
Do you know the answer?
No, that's why I asked it.
I think you're getting colder.
I know, but I don't know where to go. I want to know where the.
I remember. So when this game came out, it came out around the same time. Perfect. No, what was the rare first-person shooter?
Not the launch one?
Yeah.
Wasn't it Perfect?
Perfect Dark Zero?
Perfect Dark Zero, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys ever played that, but they came out before us. We were still working on this, and we were having navigational problems. I swear to God, they came out.
We were both launch titles.
Did they come out before us? All I remember is like being happy that we didn't have our trails to get through the level on all of the time, and they had theirs on all of the time.
I'd like it right now.
Excited. Yeah, that's what that was. The point I was making was maybe we should have had them all the time. Maybe they actually won
Fire
that
X.
I
need to find
in
a Fire
retrospect.
I will say we do get lost a little bit in some of these.
A little bit, huh?
A little bit. It's so hard.
Yeah.
So we got some answers.
That's
Yeah, but how do we don't know any of the answers.
Nobody
to
knows.
the
Like,
answers.
that's not.
Like,
You
that's not a
cannot
trivia
ask a question.
All right.
You can't ask a trivia question that you don't know the answer to. That's bad form. The ghost of Alex Trebek is kicking your ass with a pipe right now. Like, you can't do that.
You can't do it. Actually, we could.
What
do this,
is
though.
getting my
Pretty
ass
sure the
kicked,
internet knows
Alex?
the answer
We
to.
could just Jeff Queso and
Jeff-
DX both gave answers.
Jeff Queso.
I know, Jeff Cheese.
Jeff Cheese.
Jeff, my eyes ain't so good. But here's what I say. I say we give them both pieces of concept art.
That sounds brilliant. What
All
if
right.
they're totally wrong?
Have they tried? I don't know.
Because they
Because
tried.
This is like, this isn't thanks for me. Here.
All right, I feel strongly.
Hey Steph, are you here to research cosplaying?
The smellometer.
Yeah, the one of the bums. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I could show you the last piece of production code that Kevin Steffens ever wrote.
Oh yeah, do it. So our illustrious studio head used to write code.
Here it is.
Often complains about it.
Remember this?
Those effects coming out of the wall.
I loved it. I was like, oh, yeah. Good stuff.
Well, because we didn't have it
Sound.
until the very end.
No, do it
He
again.
put that in last minute.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Yeah, like it was so the thing that people often even here who work with him, like there are certain detail things that when he gets on them, and they're important things.
Yeah.
Like he is a
was
pit
not-
bull on the pant leg of opportunity when it comes to it's like he would not. This game does not ship until there's shit coming off the wall when you. And I remember he's like, how can you do this? Like, this should be fun in a gray box. Like, I should go up to a wall. I should be able to hit a gray wall and have it be fun. Why is this not fun? And it's like, oh, dude, I don't know. He's like, I'm making it fun. It's like, all right. you gotta do it, man.
This is definitively the way. I need a fire axe.
All right, I think we're gonna say DX, and we're gonna say Jeff Queso, and we're gonna say.
I like Jeff Cheese personally.
Jeff Cheese.
If he changed his name to Jeff Cheese, let's rock with that.
And there was one
Jeff
other
Cheese gets
person
it.
who actually said how many people were in the credits.
There's also this person who had like a legitimate like.
We including
That's a former,
Sega.
Monolith person.
30 metal pieces. Mitch Former. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
He's also monoformer.
And Mr. Surrealist. So DX, Jeff Cheese.
What are the mixed messages, Steph?
Master Surrealist.
Are you saying you don't want to cosplay a 15-year-old video game? I can't help.
Taser.
Taser. That put her out of her misery, dude. She can't be stuck in the wall like that.
Congratulations, you've won the
Oh,
concept art.
well, I guess permanently stuck in the wall.
Yeah.
Oh.
She probably had the fire axe. That I
That's
needed.
some Nahiri level shit there.
Strangely man crate like, you know.
Great.
Okay.
48 people were involved in Condemned One.
That sounds about right. So I was the 42nd person on the team, and I was the last person hired. But then we pulled like Nate Edson over.
Yeah, we got a couple of folks over from the Matrix.
Yeah.
Yep.
You actually know
48
that you're
people.
42? You actually know that your number.
Yeah,
I do remember it because it was
we gave him a shirt and we made him wear it. That had the number 42, and like he never washed it.
That's true.
He had it on the whole
laugh
time.
Higher.
I do remember. Oh, there's a bird. I do remember the.
Aspect.
Yeah, there I am.
That's Matt.
That's Matt.
Look at that.
Well, I was used to duck in. Does that feel
looking.
Yeah.
Does that feel satisfying?
Felt good.
Yeah. You guys.
Obviously, I'm at a new part of the level, even though it looks like I'm getting further away from the goal.
I think according to your spectrometer, you're way. Oh.
Does the spectrometer get less?
It gets bigger
It gets
when you get
bigger.
closer. You walked past the bird, and the bird is what it's trying to find. So when you go to the bird, that's one of the things it smells. Is birds. I know it's
So it's like a
you made it.
labradoodle.
You made it. Don't laugh at your own game, man.
Fucking
It's not that
labradoodle.
bird. It's not looking for that bird.
Yeah,
Pick it up.
Pick it up.
Sniff up.
There you go.
Crunch.
That's one of the things that it looks for.
How hard is it to avoid clipping in games? It is really hard. Really hard. If you want, I don't. Especially with physics, because physics are sort of this real-time thing where you're like,
here.
all right, at this point, we're gonna let this engine take over where our shit is. Like,
Where's
I'm
the
not
fire
controlling
axe?
it anymore.
Oh no! Oh no!
Whoa, why is that dude swimming? There's only like a half foot of water. What was he doing? He's not. That was a block. Oh my God. What? What are you? Because you were standing in the gross, dirty water.
Oh, you know what you're supposed to do?
Oh, does that kill
Taser
you?
the water?
There was a fire axe right there too.
Yeah, the fire axe is what I needed to get out.
So
This was
How hard is it to avoid clipping? It's hard.
Oh, good. I don't have to do that whole thing
Call up
again.
the glass man on my iPad.
Oh yeah. Did you get the glass man?
I did.
I remember the water too. I remember some of the so one of the things we did on here when we were trying to do look development for this is for every level we would have. What is he doing? Like, you got a fish? It's fucking weird.
Okay, there must be somebody else.
No. Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah, more meat. So what we would do is we'd have all of the artists for a week go and collect reference for the level, and then the week after that we would all sit down, like Eric, myself, the artist would sit down in a room and we'd go through what we thought the level should look like. So every piece of concept art we would look at it and be like, no, that's not right, that's right, that's not right. And the floor, the water in here, my eyes, I need eye bleach. Just even seeing this is bringing back horrible memories. Some of the reference that people would find for sewage floors. Yeah. I can taste it. Like in a not good.
So well.
That's not really a good way to taste sewage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Stunning.
That's some Kohler. That's some Kohler badassery.
Yeah.
Why didn't we use him? I don't know. Is it? Can you see it on the internet?
You see it? Oh, I see where Jared.
Oh, I guess. On the home stretch.
Yeah. Would you come back and do this like you did?
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I can't promise Matt Rice will be funny, but that's just like a normal daily occurrence. You're getting the hang of it. You're like blocking.
I got the axe.
Oh, you're
is
so slow.
Running low on health. There's gonna be two fine young ladies around the corner here.
We just got through a level almost.
Because our AI is so.
They're sneaky.
Yeah,
they're sneaky
are. It's different
motherfuckers.
every time, other than the dude who swims.
Yeah, so DX, like all of that stuff, that feint, those were all built into the AI recoils. So once you started attacking them, they had a pool of random recoils they could pick from.
The attack.
And those recoils could either have an attack, have a feint, have a not attack, and Frank Rook, the designer, like meticulously created this incredible web of feint attacks and go ahead.
Finish it off.
Finish.
Go get that axe.
We're gonna have you guys take a break for a second so that.
One quick second. Oh yeah,
Bring us home.
The show glass man. So yeah, go ahead and pause real quick.
Pause it.
Just hit the pause button. Cool. But also because I felt like Rice was gonna throw the controller into the TV.
I thought he was gonna just fucking hit me with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it was Ethan Thomas.
And more of this?
And it was a pipe.
Not more of that specifically, but yeah, we're gonna pull up a picture.
How did you get the axe sound, guys? Jeff Queso says, makes him wince every time.
Cheese Jeff?
Yeah, Cheese Jeff.
The actual axe sound?
Yeah, is that actual axing? What do you do? You buy a
good is
rump
cold?
roast or
It's
something?
really good.
That one we can't talk about.
So apparently there were
We can't
48
talk
people
about
in the
that
credits, but we only put 47. We don't talk about number 48.
Yeah.
But their axe sound has them live on.
Yeah.
So there's your glass man.
Why was he cut? I don't remember why.
Was he from Cadet 1 or 2?
That's just another Matt.
It was
with long hair.
It is. That's
It was
I'm
one.
saying.
That's a.
Mm-hmm.
It's a spitting image of it.
Matt,
Yeah, Kohler would always have me do poses.
could you do a pose
Sorry.
right now for us? Just lean
Yeah, do
forward
that.
and yeah.
That's good.
Done. This is as I get older, I can do less with my face, so it is always
naturally.
But then you know what you look like with long stringy hair, so that's cool.
I probably had long stringy hair when this was taken.
Really?
Yeah. These guys have. There's pictures of me.
Me too.
With long stringy. No, you never had long stringy. You never had.
You had a nice
hair.
chin.
Yeah. You had good. You had a big chin.
Oh, all right. We're going to have Nathan play us out.
We've been debating about Glassman for months. I wish I remembered why we cut it. I'm pretty sure I remember playing portions of it with him in there. But there must have been something that was like, we just can't finish this shit correctly.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like, we
Did he
can't
have Sonics? Remember Sonics were a big
like
part
the
of the
Supersonics?
No, remember
Was it
Sonics?
Gary
The
Payton?
Sonic
That's
weapons?
not Gary
Oro.
Payton. Yeah, I remember the.
Oh yeah, was he part of that?
I don't think so.
That's why you got cut when we cut that.
No, I don't think
So,
so.
yeah. It's crazy.
This guy.
That's a neat piece
Maybe
of
his hair.
Was the last level of this game always planned, or was it added later in development? What was the last level?
The
of
Orchard
this game?
Farm.
Was
He
it
fought
the
the
Orchard
ninja.
Farm?
He fought the ninja.
Oh no, that was planned.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that level was hard. And then when you teleported
Farmhouse.
into the Nether Realms,
Oh, yeah, that was
trademark Mortal Kombat. No, like that like we had to plan that stuff. That was hard. There was a lot of terrain. It wasn't in a sewer.
Yeah.
There were things on fire. A lot of fire.
Yeah, it was outdoors.
Yeah, it was outdoors. That dude had flutes for stabs.
He had like.
And there was a new AI type. Like it was a ninja dude.
Yeah,
Like,
right at the end of the game. Let's add
Yeah.
a new AI type, because that's easy. Sure. Oh my god. Why do we suck? Fun fact, the Hate from Condemned 1 looked like the tower from Shadow of Mordor.
It's the hate.
That's the dude at the end with all the flowing.
Crazy demonic stuff.
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah, with all the chest stuff.
Perhaps we had the same
There-
concept
it-
artist.
it
work
is
on both of
possible
those.
like the same concept artist drew both of them. It is possible that one may have started from the concept art of the other one. I don't know. You would have to ask Kohler, and there's no way he's ever coming in here.
Yeah.
So
There's no way to ever know.
you are SOL.
Yeah, there is mocap. Yeah, I do remember.
There's
yeah, we
mocap
had,
in the
had,
picture gallery. Somebody doing crazy. Oh yeah, we had the Patrick Watji, our Yoda. So the guy who does all of our, who at the time did all of our combat animations, actually did all the combat animations and choreography for the Shadow of Mordor series. He had a buddy who was a sticks, like a Filipino stick fighter.
It was that, yeah.
And he was like, "We got to get this dude in."
Martial art thing
Yeah.
that was like.
And he was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad
He
we
did
got
the
to use
mocap,
that.
right?
Yep,
He
he
was the
did.
mocap.
Yep.
Who's that guy's
Who's that guy's Dennis? Headgear, braces.
Yeah, because it was all the
Oh, right.
Oro stuff.
Yeah, because you had to
there was some.
Oh yeah, that's what you ripped
Jason
off.
Hall IP. Oh yeah, I had to
You,
do
like,
that.
ripped
I
off-
ripped
Yeah,
his
you had
jaw
to pull
off.
it and- Yeah,
I
that's
remember
right.
when I did development and didn't write code, and it was fun because I got to pull people's jaws off. Now I just get to check in DLLs.
I don't even,
You don't
get
even
to
get to do that.
I get to watch people check in DLLs.
You get to make sure that they get checked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to give some context for everyone at home who has no idea what that means, that's basically these guys will make sure people are completing work, and then they're like, "Good, you did your work."
You did your work.
Yeah.
Good.
You make us sound
That's-
very useless.
Gold star
and
for
unimportant to
you.
the
Have you ever seen the movie
development
Office Space, where the guy picks up the paper and walks it down?
Gold star for you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm a people person.
All right, now
Yeah.
I'm gone. That was just me. It's my stream now. It's just me on here.
So yes, you
All right,
But
but
very kind of you to thank the mocap dude by including his studio demos and stuff in the extras. Yeah, because he was fucking awesome.
Or we needed more stuff to put in the extras.
Right, yeah. There at that point, you also just try to jam the disc full of as much random crap
Yeah.
off the servers as possible. So who knows? In the next game, you may get pictures of random things that we're doing right now in the studio
Yes.
for extras, which I can't talk about.
Right.
Yep. Sorry.
just a pipes.
I
and
almost
things.
said something. So
I know you gotta be.
I was like,
Yeah.
you're
Your
gonna
eye-
get random pictures of. Oh shit.
Your eyes got really big right
And I think this is a great time to end the stream. So,
Bye internet.
bye, internet. You won't see FMA ever again.
I'm gonna get taken out back and beaten with this pipe.
We're gonna make them need one more
Shut up.
X sound. I think.
No, one more accent. Oof.
Oh.
All right, so
All right.
But with that, thank you guys for coming on. I mean, once again, from left to right, starting with Brian, and then we go to the Matt. So who are you? What did you do again, real quick?
I'm Brian. I did some sound on this game.
I'm confused. Like 2,000.
Guys.
I'm Nathan Grigg. I worked on the music. Thank you.
He also sang.
Yeah.
Get a little bit.
Vocal
debut. A little
Vocal
bit.
debut.
Can we do a little bit right now?
Right now?
Yeah, just a little.
Hit it.
Just,
Damn.
Wait.
What?
Blop, blop, fizz, fizz. What a stinking drunk he is.
There we go.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'm Matt. I make Nathan Grigg do things he doesn't want to do. My core job at Monolith is making Nathan do shit he doesn't want to do on the internet.
Yeah. After he checks in the DLL.
Yeah, after I check in a DLL, I go straight to his desk. Be like, could you do this thing, man?
I'm Matt. I did on this one, on Condemned 1, I just did the UI.
Just the UI?
Yeah, just the UI.
Nice.
The second one, I did the AI.
AI? UI, AI?
Yeah.
So really you're only one letter changed between the two?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Pay didn't change.
Perfect.
All right. Well, thank you guys very much. Also, I'll be reaching out to Unmutual 6 DX, who I want to call Jeff Cheese, but Jeff Quesos, and Mr. Surrealist, and we'll talk to you guys about the signed stuff that you guys grabbed. Yes. So you'll see that through Twitch specifically. So I'm going to start sending those now. And let's all do the joint wave goodbye thing, shall we?
We'll see you guys again, maybe.
Goodbye, internet.
Couple months.
Yes. Stream over.